A heavy dose of democracy, fairness, grit, and no apologies. It's current affairs from a working-class labor perspective. Facts are center, science is real, and everyone gets a seat at the table. The Rick Smith Show, weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Hey there, Wisconsin. Tom Hartman here. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so join me each and every weekday right here on Civic Media for the Tom Hartman program from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Covering the news of the day and sharing ways for you to get off the sidelines and get active in your community, because change starts with you. Get involved and tune in to the Tom Hartman program Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your local Civic Media radio station.
Live from the land of cheese, beer, and unsolicited opinions, it's John and Gordy in the afternoon.
Afternoons with John and Gordy, and what a kind of overcast afternoon it is. You know, we'll try to brighten your day a little bit here with some really good news and happy talk.
That's happy talk, John Peterson.
That's it. That's all I've got.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm Uncle Gordy Young, and we have Aaron Zommers, the air chair, producing this afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Zommers.
Good afternoon, Mr. Young.
Everybody doing
Peterson.
okay? What?
And Mr. Peterson.
Oh,
Good afternoon to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
yes.
Yeah, it's kind of cloudy and gloomy at the Capitol and on State Street, where our studios here are broadcasting. We're at WMDX. And throughout the state, they got a little bit of light snow in Wausau right now, 20 degrees there. Some snow in La Crosse. They're at 25. Milwaukee's at 26. They're seeing sunshine, but it's cloudy in Madison and 25.
Yeah.
And we might see a little light snow at times later. Okay.
Well, okay.
Phone lines.
I'll go along with you. And you're the former weatherman. You know your stuff. You know the V-shaped weather patterns coming in through the Canadian border.
I try to keep track of the jet stream. My stream's doing pretty good too.
What's one that we're dealing the vector
polar vortex.
Vortex.
Yeah. And it's something that happens once in a while. It's no big deal.
Well, here's the thing.
It just gets really cold for a few days or a couple of weeks.
You underestimate the importance of the polar vortex because it puts us Midwest in the news. Every time there's a slight sprinkling of snow out on the East Coast, they get nationwide coverage. Well,
I know.
Now we're finally getting in on it because of the polar vortex.
It just takes us suffering in negative 50 degrees.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what do we expect? It's December. It's winter. It does seem like winter has come early.
Don't say
not
that.
Officially winter, but
well, yes. I mean, yeah, you're going to say what? Well, we get snow in winter. What do you expect? No, we never get snow this early ever.
Maybe it'll be a white Christmas this year for a change.
I have to play out in the yard. With like a 1 foot of snow out there with my border collie. Yeah. Who, by the way, doesn't like walking in snow. So we've ordered boots for her.
Oh, come on.
I know. It really makes me sick. But she can't deal with it. I don't know what to deal with this. We've had 2 border collies before this. None of them needed boots. She's something
idea
else,
were
man.
The boots. I
mean, we don't. She's like, chewing on her paws, and there's a little blood on there, and
oh no,
and we're worried that maybe she'll never get used to it. So we have the boots just in case it starts getting a little extreme. She's sitting there concentrating on getting the ice off her paws.
I see. I got you.
Yeah. So I don't know. Boy, she's spoiled. She's bad. She's bad.
Hey, we want to give a big shout out to everybody that came from all over to come to the Atwood Music Hall in Madison to watch Pete Schwaba's movie, Godfather of Green Bay. We had a really great turnout and a lot of fun people that we met from all over.
Yeah. There's a troupe that follows him all over the state.
That's right. You go from town to town showing the movie wherever there's an open space and a screen. Yeah, I thought Pete was going to come in this morning on our morning show here in Madison, but I thought he was going to do that, but he didn't show up. I think they went out.
Tide went on last night, probably.
Well, yeah, I think everybody went out and had a good time.
How can you miss, right? I mean, everybody's buying them a drink, saying, "Hey, great movie."
Right? Yeah, you got to drink that in.
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure do. I mean, line up shots. Just amazing how much he can drink.
Well, Pete Schwab is a two-fisted drinker, man. Look out.
Actually,
here he comes.
I don't know if he does drink it.
I don't know either.
I believe very minimally.
Yeah.
I
know. Okay. But it was great. And, we had a good time. And we'll have to do something like that again,
Well, I think so. I think that would be a lot of fun to have a 30th anniversary of his movie.
Mm-hmm. You have 5 more years. We'll do it all again. Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Pete here tonight or has he gone back to Green Bay?
I think he's back in Green Bay.
Okay. All right.
Well,
he left without saying goodbye. Here we threw a big party.
I know he means a lot to you, Gordy.
Here we throw this big party.
I know. Where's the thank you card, right? See you later. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
I guess so. Coming up in our 3:00 hour, it'll be our grown-up gift list text to win multi-state contest. This is where you have a chance to win $200 cash today.
Oh yeah.
Plus, every entry gets you into the grand prize drawings for a new snowblower or some cookware or an air conditioner.
Yeah.
And we'll reveal that keyword in the next hour.
So we have Linda.
Yeah.
Texted us and said she loved it. It was a fun night.
Oh, well,
so
thanks,
it's not
Linda.
like you remember
it. Well, I remember it as being fun. What do you mean?
I'm just throwing that in.
Okay. It was a fun night.
That group of followers.
I almost fell off the stage once, but that that happens. Kind of a klutz that way, but you didn't stick around for the question and answer period after the movie.
No,
you were long gone because you had to prepare.
Well, I know
for the
what would have
show.
happened. They would have asked me to do the Pack Arena. That wasn't going to happen,
right?
All right, and Brett mentioned that. He said that group that follows Pete, are they doing the Macarena?
Yeah.
That would be dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was part of the movie, and I was surprised that nobody actually dressed up in Green Bay Packer gear. I thought they might do that to come to the show.
Yeah.
Well, the movie is not really about the Packers.
Well, you're right.
They're just kind of
that's a side
it's featured
story.
a little bit. But.
Yeah.
Well, it's a thing,
It is. Yeah. Phone lines are open 855-752-4842. That's 855-75 Civic.
If you want to see it again, you can go to Prime.
Oh yeah,
just
it's
a
also
little.
on Tubi.
It's just and Tubi. Yes. Prime is just a little fee that goes to Pete
and
make you feel bad.
For Tubi, it's free, but you got to watch ads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think we're going to watch it tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. We got to watch. Yeah, we're going to watch the whole thing all the way through. I really, if you were there and you saw the movie, the framing of each and every scene is just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just so well put together.
It's a beautiful film.
Yeah, it is
very funny.
And Pete's friend in that thing is, I mean, these two guys, they really do bond, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a buddy comedy.
It is,
a couple of comedians on the road, seeking fame and fortune. A little love story in between. Not between them, but anyway. Well, go see the movie.
What he's Gordy's just rewritten the whole movie right there. It's got a different ending.
I keep telling Pete there should be a sequel.
That's we mentioned that to him, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. And that would be where
20 years later,
where he's very successful. He still has the same group of friends around him, but his friends are very sad to see him decline.
Now he's working in radio. So
and then he gets a radio job.
Right.
And no one knows who he is on the radio.
I think it's all a win-win.
So,
Hey, he said he would be down if somebody would write him a check,
Well, right.
if he didn't have to fundraise.
Yes.
oh yeah, that's right. He did say money is the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a text in here from John in Madison. Great to see you all last night at the screening of Pete's movie. So much fun. John, never heard you talk so little. Yeah, you didn't have much to say on stage.
I didn't get mad on stage. I should have, I suppose.
Best you did not steal the moment, I guess.
That's right. I didn't want to steal a moment from anybody.
Yeah, great job hosting both of you.
Yep.
Walked in with my wife and we were greeted by Pete and John. And they told us the whole story. Amazing chat. And they were lucky enough to buy Catherine a drink. She's great. Love you guys. Well, that was nice.
Yeah.
We met a lot of listeners last night, and it was great to chat with everybody,
If you don't like the show, you can blame Catherine Lake.
Right. Yeah, she's our executive producer.
She dragged us out of retirement.
Yes. That was, a couple of years ago now.
It was. Yeah. Well, we had, what was it, our second year?
Yeah.
Complete year? Okay.
Yeah, we just, and so did Pete Schwaba.
I
just had his second year anniversary.
Yeah.
I thought he actually started before we did.
I thought so too.
It was shortly after we started here.
So we beat him.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
A little bit later on, we're going to talk to Jim Santel. We wanted to check in with him on some breaking story, right?
Well, yeah, the U.S. Supreme Court made a huge decision allowing Texas to gerrymander.
Oh, yeah. It's okay now.
Yeah, it is okay. Nothing like just pandering to Trump in every way, shape, or form.
It's unbelievable.
He's winning
really.
everything in that court.
Yeah.
How can they do this? Again, I know it was based on political gerrymandering.
Yeah.
That is okay with the Supreme Court. That's the decision they made when they got all these gerrymandering cases. They said, wait a minute, this isn't something we're supposed to deal with. The states can deal with that.
Yeah.
If it's political, so that's what it's all about. If it has to do with race, then we will jump in and try to do something about it. Now, they presented that case in Texas as an issue of race, breaking up black districts.
Okay.
But of course, they didn't see it that way. So much for the Voting Rights Act. That's gone, man. That is history after this decision. So I don't know. It's bothersome.
So if Texas can go ahead and do this, do you think that's just going to open it up for the Democrats to go state by state wherever they can?
It is.
Between now and election time?
We're talking to Jim Santel later on about this very case. Right. One of the things they did say was it was important to decide the case right away because of the impending elections. And the liberals on the court said there are no pending elections. It's not close to an election.
No,
and it really
right
isn't
now.
close.
No.
So that reason doesn't stand. And they made it so. I mean, they let everybody know in their dissenting decision. So this court, this conservative court is making every rule up along the way. I thought it should be based on the fact that they can't redistrict within the 10-year period. It's redistricting after the census. You can't do it in the middle of 10 years. At least that's what I thought the decision would be based on. It. Who am I? I'm not an attorney. I can't do this stuff.
That's why we have Jim Santel
I think
later
I'm
today.
right, though.
Yeah. Wait, isn't it in the Constitution?
It is in the Constitution.
So, doesn't it all start there anymore?
That's why I thought it would be every 10 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. All right, we're just getting started on this Friday afternoon. It's John Peterson and Gordy Young. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
fine.
Brett and a Brooks and an Edgar and a Reggie, Jackson and Shimura and a Holmgren and a Jackie Jones and a Leroy and a Newsom and a Dorsey. Hey, Macarena, hut, hut. Brett and a Brooks and an Edgar and a Reggie, Jackson and Shimura and a Holmgren and a Jackie Jones and a Leroy and a Newsom and a Dorsey. Hey, Macarena, hut, hut.
7 WMDX, a Mad City state of mind.
It's family time at Chula Vista with the right kind of fun for everyone. Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. Easy going with scenic river walks, a relaxing spa, or going all out in 80,000 square feet of indoor water park and cross-country skiing, sledding, snowshoeing, all right here. Check it out at chulavistaresort.com.
Spend the holidays with the Kaminsky family at Chula Vista. Check out our family specials at chulavistaresort.com.
It's the Eco Minute, powered by Clean Wisconsin, your environmental voice since 1970. I'm Amy Barrio. A new state rules making it easier for people living in apartments to access solar energy. Up until December 1st, Wisconsin required every apartment unit in a building to have its own electric meter. That made it harder and a lot more expensive for developers to build affordable housing with solar. The new rule has done away with that old requirement. It's one of the first rules taking effect after the Evers versus Markline Supreme Court decision, which found it's unconstitutional for administrative rules to be held up indefinitely by a handful of legislators. It's almost time to get your 2026 State Parks Admission Pass, and you'll find a new design created by a Delavan Darien High School student. The DNR holds an Admission Pass student design contest every year. The artist this year featured her beloved black dog retrieving a stick out on the water. For a deep dive into Wisconsin's most pressing environmental issues, check out my Defender podcast at cleanwisconsin.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army.
Ventures or somebody like the Ventures?
Afternoon. What is it? I don't know. Who is that? Do we have the title on that track?
I think that one is a royalty-free.
Simulated Ventures.
It's one from our library.
I see. Okay.
All right. I was ruminating the other day that there are so many movies and series about people who are discovering that they were a spy and they didn't know it and they lost their memory. And that's the premise about every movie that's out now. And I thought, well, maybe that has happened to me.
Oh, really?
You could be a sleeper agent.
That's right. And maybe even you, Gordy, because we were both members of the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
That's right. Those were the days.
We were the kids from U.N.C.L.E.
You got the briefcase. You open up the briefcase. You got a gun in there with a silencer
that you can assemble and put that silencer on it.
Right. Yes. And a badge, I think, or some sort of ID for Man from U.N.C.L.E. Yeah.
So we could be sleeper agents. We don't know it, It made us forget.
Which one did you want to be? Did you want to be Ilya Kuryakin or Napoleon Solo?
I kind of liked
Robert Vaughn.
I kind of liked Robert Vaughn only because Ilya was so cool anyway. I can't compete.
So, David McCallum.
Yeah. But I can tell you, when I Spy, I wanted to be Robert Culp.
Oh, there you go.
More than anything.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Culp, he made a good career for himself in TV.
He did. He got a lot of different jobs.
A lot of shows.
Greatest American Hero, right?
Remember?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
And then he was on Columbo a couple of times. That was
he was?
really good. Oh, yeah.
And he was in early Outer Limits episodes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he did well. And in Everybody Loves Raymond. See, he just went from one show to another.
Yeah.
It's a good career.
Very lovable guy. No. Huggable, lovable.
Yeah, we used to hang out with him at the Hollywood Bowl and,
hoping
LA.
to meet one. Yeah. Come on over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got we have a few texts here.
Yeah, let's get caught up on those. You were talking about your dog and how you were having trouble with the paws.
Yes. Well, she's having trouble. I don't know why.
Doesn't want to go out in the snow.
Last year this didn't happen. Now it's happening. I think she just went a little nuts chewing her paws, getting the snow off, and I think that kind of cut her up a little bit. But Kara out in Sun Prairie says Musher's Secret for winter paw care. She's a pet sitter, so she would know, I would assume.
Okay.
So it's Musher's Secret.
Okay.
All right.
And okay.
All right.
Matt
wants us to take his cat, I guess.
Well, do you still have a problem with the mice under the sink?
I do, but I'm catching them alive.
Well, okay.
So every day we take out 2 or 3. It's like there's an open door someplace in our house for mice.
But what if you just borrowed a cat for a few days? Wouldn't it just the presence?
But it would
of
have to go into the cabinet.
Well, okay. So
that wouldn't work. Anyway, all right.
We got a phone call coming in here.
Oh, we do.
Okay. Hang on a second.
There is a comment from our own representative in Congress, and that is, what do you?
Sorry, I'm just checking.
You're preoccupied with who's calling.
It's Rick from Waukesha. You want to take that?
Let's go to Rick first.
Okay. Good afternoon, Rick.
How's it going?
Go ahead.
Good.
Yeah, going good.
I got something. I learn something new every year.
Okay.
There's a PBS program.
Just one thing. You learn one thing new every year.
Well, I say that.
Yeah. I know. You're modest. I know, Rick.
Okay. There's a packet of 5 discs PBS that are of the 1930s.
Oh.
Very good, all of them, and they specialize. And it's very telling about New York and New Jersey during the time of the president's father.
Oh, okay,
really?
Sure. And they probably featured what he did with his rental properties, right?
Well, they don't go so much in that. It's just all of the politics and feelings that were going on during the beginning of Adolf Hitler.
Oh,
okay.
And in New York, and the groups that were united, and how they did it, and what they said, and then how the FBI got connected in it.
All right.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good.
Check that out.
I have time to watch some TV now.
Yeah.
Not doing the morning show all the time.
Have you been seeing any of the PBS series, The American Revolution? I saw a few episodes.
I really want to.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, it's a Rick Burns production.
Ken Burns, yeah.
Ken Burns, yeah. Okay. 855-752-4842.
Rick is Rick. I was watching. Well, no, I won't get into that. I was watching an old movie. Last night.
On Texas or
Casablanca.
Oh yeah.
I just love that movie.
Yeah. Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah. No, we have a DVD.
Oh really?
Yeah, not a Blu-ray, a DVD.
All right.
So we had to figure out how to play that.
That takes some time. Did you have a DVD player anymore?
The Blu-ray player is really finicky about playing DVDs for whatever reason.
It should work.
It should work. I know. I have an LG. But they really don't make a lot of Blu-ray players. That's a crazy thing. They really stopped making media playable stuff out there. I don't know why. Yeah. There are a few things. The Sony and the LG are the two going Blu-ray players that you should get.
Okay. Check into that.
I'm sure you will.
You are Mr. Consumer Electronics.
I'll give you movies on a flash drive.
All right, we're coming.
You can handle that.
Okay, thank you. Coming right back with John and Gordy on this Friday afternoon.
WMDX Madison, where the cheese is sharp and the vibes are chill. Local news, real voices, and conversations that count. That's Madison. And that's 92.7 WMDX.
County fairs around Wisconsin waiting for the details of a new economic impact study. I'm PM Yankee with a quick update on what's happening in food and farming news on a Friday. Jamie Butke, the executive secretary of the Wisconsin Association of Fairs, explained some of the challenges they hope that study will address. That's next.
Did you know you can leverage crop insurance to benefit your bottom line? Ag Country Farm Credit Services can help. Choosing the right coverage for your goals can help maximize margins, strengthen your marketing strategy, and build a more resilient operation overall. As you plan for the season ahead, focus on more than just managing risk. Call 800-450-9858 to speak with one of our dedicated crop insurance officers. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
In 2025, Wisconsin County Fairs went through an economic impact study trying to figure out their true financial value, not only to their county, but to their state. Jamie Butke, executive secretary of the Wisconsin Association of Fairs, says they'll be sharing that information with attendees at the 2026 Wisconsin Fair Association Convention. That comes up in January in Wisconsin Dells. She said one of the challenges most people don't recognize, just trying to keep that audience coming through the gates.
We need to find what entices that next generation of parents to come to the fair because they're further and further removed from the fair. Where are we getting that next exhibitor from? People don't think of that concept. Who's going to be in the show ring? Who's bringing exhibits, into all of the buildings that we have? We find that our fairs are spending more time educating people about ag education, and that's a bigger piece that they have to do, where before it was just taken for granted because people were showcasing that component of it, or now we're educating.
Jamie Butke, executive secretary of the Wisconsin Fair Association, they estimate that in 2025, about 2.3 million visitors attended their county fairs. That's about 33% of the state's population.
Winter is a good time to evaluate your livestock's health. BioVet loves seeing healthy animals contribute to your farm's profitability. Freeing up your time for the holidays is at the top of our list. When you choose BioVet microbial and nutritional products to keep your livestock out of the sick pen and healthy, you'll enjoy more time with your family this holiday season. Many thanks and warm wishes from our BioVet family to yours. Help your livestock stay healthy and call 1-800-BioVet1 or visit bio-vet.com.
And today is the beginning of the 106th Wisconsin Farm Bureau Federation's annual convention at the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin Dells. It'll kick off this afternoon with their annual Young Farmer and Agriculturalist Conference. They'll also be holding the 91st annual meeting of the Rural Mutual Insurance Company. And the entire Midwest Farm Report team is going to be there. You might want to follow us on social media to see some of the action. Of course, that's Midwest Farm Report or Fabulous Farm Babe on your social media channels. That's a look at food news on a Friday. I'm Pam Yankee.
Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding. Madison's story unfolds daily on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. A mostly cloudy afternoon as snow begins to develop. Highs in the upper 20s, a southwest breeze. Tonight, snow could mix with a little bit of light freezing rain before coming to an end. Clouds in upper teens. Sunshine returning Saturday. More snow Saturday night. Right now, it's 25.
Pete Schwaba. If you've seen The Godfather of Green Bay, you'll know just how damn funny this guy is. Mr. Tom Lennon.
It gets brisk up in Marinette, guys, so that's kind of great. Prince stayed in Minneapolis his whole career because he was like, look, it keeps some of the kooks away if you just go where it's cold.
Do you see a lot of similarities between me and Prince?
I do, as a matter of fact. The germaphobe stuff, the high heels, never stop talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. You and Prince are peas in a pod.
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 5 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. Save by the Scan.
As the 21st century began, human evolution was at a turning point, a dumbing down.
God, I'm so stupid. Stupid, foolish, gullible, doltish, dumbbell, lame brain.
I'm an extremely stable genius. Okay. It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen. You are fake news.
That's the best stupid thing I've ever heard this week, man.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
Dumb all the time, and that's why we have Idiocracy. We have so much dumb news to give you that we've put it under this particular title.
That's right. We've assembled it under this umbrella. And
yes.
Boy, is it stupid.
Wow.
Yep.
It's just dumbness.
Yeah.
All the time.
One story after another.
It is just...
If you thought you heard dumb news before, my friend.
Man, this is it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Where do we begin?
Where do we begin?
So many stories.
Let's talk about the morons. I mentioned this morning, but let's talk about it. Andy Ogles is a Republican out of Tennessee, and boy, Tennessee has a problem with politicians, man.
Tennessee. I know.
You know, you really
I
have
have distant relatives there, and I'm glad they're distant.
You really have to kind of subscribe to the Tennessee Holler. They have all these stories.
Yep.
It's great stuff.
They do things different, Tennessee.
Yeah. Andy Eccles wrote on social media, America was founded by settlers and missionaries, not immigrants. Oh, God. My head explodes just thinking about this. Coming to America was always about duty, not entitlement. Deport all illegals. Deport them all. So that so again, you know, he thinks that missionaries and immigrants, or missionaries and settlers, are not immigrants, and in effect they are. So anyway, Mark Bocan, our own representative there in the Congress, said this. Add this one to the I work with morons file, please.
That file grows by the day.
Yeah, that's just an amazing. It's just an amazing story, right? I mean, how do you? I don't know.
How do you top that?
How do they? Yeah, Tennessee. There's something in the water down there, and it isn't. It isn't fluoride.
Not good.
All right. Let's go to what's happening in the economy right now, because this is really, really important. I mean, I've got stories. A lot of stories I never really ever get to about how bad the economy is getting, because this administration wants to avoid anything that has to do with green energy, alternative energy.
Right. They don't like windmills. They don't like solar.
That's right. And this is another example of how Trump is really kind of killing the economy. Not just kind of, he is. GM axed $102 million in their factory work, and they're laying off 1,700 employees. And this is just part of the staff. I mean, they're cutting out a second shift. They're keeping the first shift, but this is the second shift, and they're whittling down the work and part of their factory. The entire Midwest town faces an economic blackout, essentially. It's Factory Zero. It's not just a plant. It's the heart of GM's all-electric strategy. Let's hear, this is cut 36 from Fox
but
News.
the issue of affordability, the issue of how people feel about the economy popping up in our latest polls, personal financial situation now, excellent, good, 40%, only fair or poor, 60%. You can see that changing from July. Condition of the U.S. economy, also a perception totally upside down, 76 to 25, and that changing a bit. And then economic conditions for the nation and you personally, again, 25% positive, 76 negative for the nation, and then 60-40 personally.
There you go. So it's not looking good. The economy is not liking what they're seeing so far. I mean, when you're in the 70% disapproval rating, well, you've got a problem, a huge one.
Yeah.
All right. So,
those numbers are not looking good.
Now, Trump dubbed himself the affordability president.
Right.
Saturday, I believe it was, morning social media rant that he did.
Does he like this word or not? He kind of flip-flops.
He does.
Every other day.
He likes it sometimes, and then all of a sudden he just goes out against it.
Right.
So anyway, he's dismissed the widespread economic concerns, and I don't know, he's just kind of denying reality in all of this, but the green energy movement really came to a standstill, and the EVs, the cars, the movement toward that is really putting us behind the eight ball internationally, okay? Because we make cars for other countries as well, and those countries are not just buying our cars, but they're buying EVs from China.
And China has just grown by leaps and bounds over the last decade in solar and clean energy. They're way ahead of us now.
They're way, way ahead of us.
way
more.
Way more.
All right, now let's get to the big story of the day. Actually, it's the decision by an advisory panel for the CDC.
Right.
They were trying to come up with an answer for a vaccine that they're not really crazy about, and that is, let's see here. We do have a cut. I want to play. I want to play this cut. Let's get to this. It's meningitis, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? Is it?
I'm not sure. I can't
I
find
thought
it
it was
either.
hepatitis.
Hepatitis.
Oh, that's right. It was hepatitis
It's hepatitis,
B.
right? Hepatitis B. Now we covered the story a while back, and what happens is that they give the baby a vaccine like 48 hours after birth, and what they're trying to do is prevent any transmission of hepatitis in case the mother has it, and they just give it automatically, and it protects the child later on in life too, because they get around it, get into little predicaments, crawling around and putting stuff in their mouth. So we try to keep that from happening. But life changed the whole scheme on that. This has been in force for 30 years, so they've changed it. Let's listen to this from public radio.
I suggest to parents to be very, very suspicious when people tell them that something is safe, especially a vaccine.
So the committee voted to only urge that babies born to women who test positive for the virus get vaccinated at birth. Those who test negative or whose status is unknown would be counseled to talk to their doctors about waiting until their kids are at least 2 months old. The new recommendations would also urge parents to talk to their doctors about testing their kids first before necessarily getting the second and third doses that are usually given for full protection. I should note that most public health experts think these changes would be terrible.
Well, yes. In fact, they've been speaking out about this in the run-up to this meeting. Why are these experts so convinced that these changes would be terrible?
They argue that there's plenty of evidence that universal hepatitis B vaccination is very safe and has been incredibly effective. And babies can catch the virus in many ways, including contact with common household items like toothbrushes and even combs. So they argue that these changes will inevitably lead to more babies getting infected and eventually dying from liver failure and liver cancer. Here's Dr. Cody Meisner at today's meeting.
And I will just say, we have heard do no harm is a moral imperative. We are doing harm by changing this wording. And I vote no.
There you go. So they're putting the public in danger again.
Yes.
This was a very dangerous move by Trump to put RFK Jr. in charge of this. This is really dangerous stuff. This is public health.
You know, they being MAGA, like the ultra right-wing people, keep saying that anyone who gets an abortion is a baby killer. Anybody who signed on to this decision is a baby killer in a very literal sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
All those babies in danger. Yeah.
And there was an earlier report on this saying that the advisory committee isn't really filled with a lot of people who support vaccines in the first place.
Well, right. Yeah.
So that's why the decision came out the way it did. They don't believe in it. And RFK Jr., of course, obviously doesn't believe in vaccines at all. And now, there are even schools out there that have, viruses going through their entire school. Classes are being cut. Teachers are not showing up because they're sick from their students. It's we've got a real problem here. And I guess the only time we're going to find out if it's a real problem is when, the public ends up getting very, very sick.
Yeah.
A lot of people get very, very sick.
Yeah, we don't want that again. Another pandemic.
I don't know.
I mean, come on.
Why are we playing games with this? It seems like a simple thing, right? Now they're blaming vaccines on autism. A lot of people are starting to believe that, and that's the sad part of it. And what this does, and what RFK Jr. does, is puts doubt in people's minds about public health.
Mm-hmm.
You go to their website now, and it's completely changed. They've completely turned it upside down. It no longer looks like an official health website. It looks like something out of Mad Magazine, and you'd have to kind of make up your own mind about, well, is that true or is it not true?
Mm.
Now, you can go online. There are some hospitals and other websites that deal with health and probably have legacy information.
Well, sure.
Stuff from before.
Well, Mayo Clinic
you can still make the right decision and get the right information.
Yeah, Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic.
But you can't go to the government. You can't go to the .gov website anymore because it's just
it's junk.
Pretty much changed into some kind of fictional website.
In other health news, there's a news story here about a quick cancer breath test.
Oh.
A breath test, and they're hailing this as the most significant step toward life-saving breakthroughs in 50 years, especially for diagnosing pancreatic cancer. And this is coming out of the UK, and over in Europe, they've done testing on this.
Sure.
And it seems to be, they found an analyzing pancreatic cancer, which is horrible cancer, by the way. Across the UK, they found that over 60% of the cases are detected at stage 4. Apparently, this new breathing technique, they have a breath analyzer that can pick up on this, much earlier. Pancreatic cancer and some other cancers.
And that's a real killer, boy, I'll tell you.
Well, and they're pushing ahead with research in Europe and, overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Other countries are taking the lead, since it seems like the United States under Bobby Kennedy Jr. is pulling back on any research and development or, finding new cures for things.
That's the problem we're having now.
And taking away drugs.
Exactly. I mean, they've fired so many scientists, so much research going on, so many trials that were in the process of being completed, and they just got rid of people just left and right, and that was it. And we can thank Elon for that and Doge.
Mm-hmm. If you'd like to chime in, you can give us a call, 855-752-4842. That's 855-75-CIVIC. Coming up in our 3 o'clock hour, we'll be revealing the key word for our grown-up gift list text to win multi-state contest. Your daily chance to win $200 and some great grand prizes. We'll do that after 3:05.
All right.
Okay.
Dana was texting us about lupus. Is it lupus?
Yeah. What about lupus?
I'm not
it's
sure.
a House MD reference, because he always, at some point during the show, House, he or one of his doctors ends up being like, it's definitely lupus this time, right?
Oh, okay.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
House.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great actor. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Matt, of course, says, gee, who would have thought a politician that ran on destroying the government, laying off thousands and putting millions in camps would break the economy?
Yeah. Who would have thought it?
Yeah. Who would have thought
that? All right. We'll be back with more of John and Gordy for this Friday afternoon in just a few moments.
Real news, great conversation right to your inbox. Subscribe to the WMDX newsletter and never miss the stories right here in Madison. WMDXradio.com.
Hey, honey, how was your day?
Yours?
Pretty good. Guess what? The boss asked me to find a place for the holiday party this year.
Oh, I know a place that'd be just
Yes, right here. We think so alike. We
No,
can
wait,
put some
wait.
text.
No, not
what?
our house. Sugar River Pizza.
You
you already told them they could be here, didn't you?
Yeah,
I'm
well-
sure you thought catering from Sugar River would be just fine.
Sure.
Yeah, but you've seen that huge room in the back of the Sugar River Pizza at their Sun Prairie location.
Yes.
It's ideal for a holiday party.
Well, yes.
Fabulous pizza, that pulled pork you love, pasta, soup, sandwiches.
Yeah.
Anyone can get exactly what they want.
And it's better than your meatloaf. Well,
Wait,
let me
wait,
call them.
What did you just say? You said you like my meatloaf.
I did. No, Sugar River Pizza in Sun Prairie. That is a great idea. You're brilliant. Thanks, hon.
Plan your next office or holiday party with Sugar River Pizza in Sun Prairie. Get to sugarriverpizza.com/catering to book today.
What exactly is wrong with my meatloaf?
I like it. Most of the time,
Wait,
it's pretty
most
good.
of the time?
Well, most
Pretty
yeah,
good?
Kind of, yeah.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. And right now, for a limited time, you could upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-329-4115. That's 800-329-4115. Call 800-329-4115 right now before the offer ends.
You're listening to the American Democracy Minute, keeping your government by and for the people. U.S. Congressman Henry Cuellar faced years in prison, accused of taking $600,000 in bribes from 2 foreign companies. President Donald Trump just pardoned the Democrat December 3rd, after which Cuellar filed for re-election. Cuellar, a powerful and popular 11-term Texas Democrat, had his home raided in 2022. In May 2024, the Biden Justice Department announced a dozen charges against Cuellar and his wife Imelda, including bribery, wire fraud, acting as an unregistered foreign agent, and money laundering. He allegedly took $600,000 in payments from an oil and gas company owned by the government of Azerbaijan and a bank headquartered in Mexico City, hiding the payments as sham consulting contracts for work purportedly done by his wife. If convicted, the couple faced decades in prison. Earlier this year, the Trump DOJ dropped charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, accused of similar charges after a Florida meeting Adams had with the president. Shortly after, Adams pledged city cooperation on immigration enforcement. 7 career DOJ prosecutors resigned after the appearance of quid pro quo. Given the Trump quest for more GOP U.S. House seats, it's notable that Cuellar still filed for re-election as a Democrat. We've linked the 2024 indictment at AmericanDemocracyMinute.org. I'm Brian Beal.
You're listening to 92.7 WMDX, Madison's home for Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, Monday to Friday, 6 to 8.
Can you believe it? There's nothing wrong with me. Well, I wouldn't go that far. What? Oh my God, what? Is it meningitis? Scoliosis? Lupus? Is it lupus?
Thank you, Dana in La Crosse, for correcting me. It was not just a House reference, but also Seinfeld.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Glad we got that clear. I was worried about it.
Well, it's a bad decision. It's all around a bad decision. And we've got a few text on that. Let me see. Brett mentions that when they gutted the USAID, they literally killed thousands of kids. That is absolutely true. And so much for universal health care not leading to research and development. They really have done away with research and development without even having universal health care.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, let's see here.
Phone lines are open, 855-752-4842. Did you hear that Trump is replacing that architect for the ballroom?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're having all kinds of disputes, so he just replaced the guy about design. Can you imagine?
Well, no, I can't imagine.
Well, they started out $200 million, and now it's up to $300 million or maybe $350 million. And the president wants it big, big, big. And the architect is saying, no, it's not going to look good.
No.
So he replaced him.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's how fast it goes. And I mean, now it really is going to be a horribly looking ballroom. Now
Lots
we
of
know.
gold.
Yeah.
Lots
of gold.
Oh boy.
All right. Now, hey, we got
Yours.
another comment about the hepatitis B vaccine that is now becoming more optional if, of course, you have hepatitis, the mother has hepatitis. But in this case, let's listen to the critique of this from another individual. Listen.
But if, they decide not to allow this shot at 2 months, they're taking the choice away from parents. Parents should be able to decide to protect their own newborns from lifelong liver disease. So I would be concerned if they take that choice away.
So if parents are concerned and want to opt into the vaccine, can they do that?
It'll depend on the vote. If they say shared decision making, then parents would still be able to do it. If they say only if you are positive for hepatitis, then that choice is taken away. And parents should have that right to protect their kids. We already know, that thousands and thousands of liver diseases were averted when the hepatitis vaccine began being given at birth to everybody, because there's household exposures, nail clippings, like all sorts of things that can expose a newborn, even if the mom doesn't have hepatitis. So this is about protecting babies and giving parents the choice to do that.
Yep, there you go. So we're living in a whole different kind of society here.
Right.
We're going backward in healthcare.
Yes.
Now, like I said, Democrats should at least put on their platform universal health care.
Yeah.
Universal health insurance. We have to do that. But look what's happening. If we don't do that, if we don't start the conversation of making healthcare better for everyone, we're just going to keep slipping backward like we are right now in public health with RFK Jr. in charge of all of this and the CDC. This is outrageous. I can't even imagine. Just from that last comment, I mean, the parents don't even have an option on this.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, Democrats need to come up with a future plan for healthcare and put that in the plan. And,
we've got to have a conversation going on this thing.
Look for some hope, some light at the end of the tunnel. All of that. But it doesn't seem like that conversation has gotten very far yet.
Yeah, it really hasn't. Question, how do you keep a certain troublemaker from causing any more trouble? Put him in the Oval Office and say his Big Mac and Coke are in the corner.
Okay, that's from Tyler, Wisconsin Rapids. Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Trump should contract out Art Vandelay. That's from Al in Madison.
All right.
A little bit later on, we're going to talk to Jim Santel. A few minutes ago, they announced that officially the Supreme Court is going to take up that birthright citizenship case. And they just announced that is coming. So we'll talk to Jim Santel in our 4 o'clock hour. And of course, right around the corner, we've got the Text to Win contest coming up. In the contest hour, the keyword, we'll let you know about that after around 3:05.
Some of the kind of good news out there is a Colorado judge ruled that immigration agents must stop their warrantless arrests. So now,
You gotta have a warrant.
It's about time to have some kind of warrant. Now, the warrants normally have to go through a court.
Right.
Be signed by a judge. They were allowing warrants being signed by immigration officials. But even that, again, I mean, that was early on during the ICE raids, and they never showed anybody anything. And they got away with it. No one held their feet to the fire. Again, this is Congress's duty. This is their job. Hearing Mike Johnson say that they have done more than any other Congress, my God, please leave us alone.
Give us a break.
All they did was essentially take Project 2025 and just put it in the big bad bill and signed off on it.
That's it.
And all the mistakes they made, all the bad decisions they put into that bill, it's just outrageous what they've done. There was one thing in the bill where disabled individuals would be required to work for their food stamps,
right?
For SNAP.
Yes. Yeah. It's outrageous.
Yeah. And then they realized, well, that's not a good idea.
Yeah,
they thought it was a good idea because if you're disabled and you really don't have a lot of mobility, you can at least sit behind a computer and do work that way. I mean, that's how they think.
Yeah.
And even the guy who was basically portrayed as the Grim Reaper in an AI video, and that is Russell Vogt, he said no. No, we're not going to do that.
Right.
You know? But again, remember, Congress approved that. The Senate approved that. So just because the big wigs said no, we won't do anything about that, doesn't mean that the Congress gets off scot-free.
Exactly.
They approved it.
Hey, news is next. Then we'll update the weather and sports update as well. Coming back, 3 o'clock hour. John and Gordy in the afternoon. In just a few minutes.
This is 92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison's real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station. WMDXradio.com.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Brian Cole Jr., the Virginia suspect charged in the 2021 DNC and RNC pipe bomb incidents in Washington, D.C., was in court today. Sources tell ABC News Cole admitted to investigators during an interview that he planted the bombs and indicates Cole believed that there was fraud in the 2020 election, but no motive has been determined yet. ABC's Catherine Falders has more on the court hearing.
What we don't know from court is that he did not enter a plea. He appeared in the courtroom for that initial appearance, and his family members were there as he was being led out of the courtroom. His family shouted, "We love you, Brian," and others shouted, "We're here for you, baby." These are readouts from Alex Mallon, who was in the courthouse, and then his family declined to comment further.
The Supreme Court agreeing to hear an expedited appeal of President Trump's case, seeking the end of the birthright citizenship by executive order. Oral arguments set to take place likely next spring. On Wall Street, stocks are on a roll toward record territory. This is ABC News. Construction barrels bloom every spring. So do opinions. WMDX, guiding Madison through life's most predictable surprises.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. There's a new head of business efforts in the Badger State. Governor Tony Evers has named John W. Miller the new head of Wisconsin's Economic Development Agency. Miller is a former UW Regent and major Democratic donor. He's replacing Missy Hughes, who left to run for governor. Senate Republicans previously blocked Miller's UW appointment after he opposed a deal limiting diversity jobs. Evers says Miller's business experience makes him a strong leader to grow Wisconsin's economy. And earlier this week, we reported on that milk sold at Woodman's that may have been contaminated. Now there's a massive recall on shredded cheese that may have metal fragments inside. The FDA is recalling 1.5 million bags of part skim, low moisture mozzarella cheese. The manufacturer, Great Lakes Cheese Company in Ohio, had first said there could be pieces of metal in the packages. And now the FDA has elevated this to a Class 2 recall, which is where the product can, quote, cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences, end quote. This cheese was sold in 31 states, including Wisconsin, at stores like Target, Walmart, and Aldi. Here's the thing, they make it under a bunch of different names. So if you're checking the fridge, again, it's low moisture mozzarella or Italian blend cheese, and it could have the name brand Great Value, Lucerne, Good and Gather. There's a really long list of these brand names. You want to check the FDA's website. If you have any of the recalled cheese, bring it back to the store for a refund. And the Merrimack Ferry is now closed for the season. Wisconsin's only free ferry goes from Sauk to Columbia County over the Wisconsin River. It usually opens back up in April. And earlier this week, we told you most of the local ski hills opened last weekend when we had the huge snowstorm. Add one more to the list. Devil's Head in Merrimack has its grand opening for the season tomorrow. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. You're listening to 92.7 WMDX News.
The Bucks at home. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NBA. The Bucks host the 76ers tonight. They'll be without Giannis Antetokounmpo for the next 2 to 4 weeks. He's got a strained calf muscle in his right leg. The Bucks are 10-13, but Doc Rivers says at least he's got Kevin Porter Jr. back, finally.
We haven't had him all year, and then, having him and Giannis out for that long stretch explains our record. Now we're back at it. We have him back now. And we may have Giannis out. We just got to figure out a way of winning games when all these guys are injured. And if we can get healthy, and I keep saying that, I like our team.
NFL, the Packers holding practice outdoors in 8-degree temperatures. They'll host the Bears Sunday. Jordan Love nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. The quarterback says helping kids from low-income families goes with the territory.
I think all of it kind of plays a part into it, and it's fun to be able to give back and to be able to impact people's lives.
That's the Packers' Jordan Love. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
From the Capitol to your kitchen table, Madison's biggest stories live right here on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. A mostly cloudy afternoon as snow begins to develop. Highs in the upper 20s, a southwest breeze. Tonight, snow could mix with a little bit of light freezing rain before coming to an end. Clouds in upper teens. Sunshine returning Saturday. More snow Saturday night. It's 24 at our studios.
This is Robert Pilot, host of Native Roots Radio. On our show, we talk about Native issues like treaties, protecting Mother Earth, and holding our elected officials accountable. You'll also hear from Turtle Island voices like Arvina Martin, State Representative Heather Keeler, Ruth Anna Buffalo, Dr. Anthony Stately, State Senator Mary Kunish, Robert Lilligren, and Bob Blake. Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
Native Roots Radio, weeknights at 8 on your local Civic Media radio station.
Listen to the Civic Media exclusive podcast, Busted Pencils.
We'll start with you, Johnny. What's your policy on students having their headphones in during a class?
I'm going to say that I think Johnny feels very stoically about that right now. He has to think very, very, deeply.
I mean, it's always going. It's always a constant battle, whether I can get out what I'm actually thinking or if the thinking's in conflict with what I'm saying. It's a hot mess in there.
Subscribe to Busted Pencils wherever you listen to podcasts.
They know Wisconsin like they know sarcasm. Deeply, and maybe too well.
John and Gordy in the afternoon. That's us.
Yeah.
John Peterson, Gordy Young, along with producer Aaron Sommers, broadcasting from our WMDX studios in downtown Madison, Wisconsin, where it's cloudy and temperatures in the 20s. What?
I want to get to this this text here from Erica. Okay, I think this is important to get out there.
Well, we've got
she said,
some
"My
context.
husband found out in his 30s he had hepatitis B. He inherited from his mother in Karachi due to limited availability of vaccines.
Yeah.
This news is devastating.
Sure.
What heartache that will unfold because of this. I agree. I just this is just putting a lot of people in danger down the line.
I know it.
So boy,
we'll get to more on that and more of your texts and phone calls. But first, it's time for our grown-up gift list text to win multi-state contest. Yes, we are in a contest hour for a new keyword. And the key word this time around, John, is
what is it?
It's wish. Wish. W-I-S-H. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to get in on maybe winning $200 cash today,
okay,
you could enter for that. Not you, John Peterson.
Okay.
You are not eligible.
Okay. It's one of the rules that we have in one of our many volumes of rule books.
Got more and more volumes every day, it seems like. So every entry that you put into this text to win contest, gets you in for either that $200 cash prize, the daily prize, or any one of our 3 grand prize drawings for a brand new snowblower, a stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. So the key word again is wish, W-I-S-H. Download the Civic Media app. It's free to download, free to use in the Apple or Google store. Find your station and use the text button to send the keyword wish to the app and through the app. And good luck to you. And you can check out all the rules at civicmedia.us. Okay.
We're watching the rule book library very closely. We don't want anybody to check any of those out.
Well, it's not a library exactly. You just go to the website, civicmedia.us.
Okay.
It's free to get the rules. You just check them out on your own.
Yes. I mentioned Colorado judge ruled that immigration agents must stop the warrantless arrests. Okay.
Right.
But I just checked the story, and this is what's happening in this country. In June, this case came out of this particular incident. In June, a college student pulled over by the local police in Western Colorado was following too close to a car. So they pulled her over. Then a few miles down the road after they let her go, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents pulled her over again and arrested her, detaining her for more than 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Are you, oh, my God.
Yeah. And there was no warrant out for her at all. She was arrested because local police told ICE that they suspected she is in the country illegally. What the hell?
They just suspected.
Wow.
Okay.
This is, we got problems in this damn country.
Yes, we do.
How about this one, too? This is really outrageous. Pam Bondi on Thursday last week ordered federal law enforcement to step up investigations into the anti-fascist movement, okay?
All right.
Now, I'm bringing this up only because there was a recent story on this, but I just want to remind everybody about how ridiculous this whole thing is. This is like reading out of a Mad magazine or something, or an Onion. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear
it. She wants that. She wants anti-fascists to be investigated and other extremist groups, and asks the FBI to compile a list of entities possibly engaged in domestic terrorism.
Okay.
How about having a domestic terrorist event before you start looking into this stuff? She says, these domestic terrorists use violence or the threat of violence to advance political and social. Wait, you know what? That sounds like the administration.
Yes. Right.
Right?
The threat of violence.
Yes. And social agendas. They have one, including opposition to law and immigration enforcement. See, we can't help people stay in this country. We can't, maybe say, hey, there are some nice agents down the street, because then we could be part of Antifa.
Ah, yeah.
Right?
Right.
Extreme views in favor of mass migration and open borders. We can't even think that anymore. Adherence to radical gender ideology, anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, or anti-Christianity. Because, if I'm another religion and I really don't like Christians because they're not nice people, megas, then I would be part of the list of anti-fascists out there.
I would like to make a quick note before you proceed with this story.
Okay.
Joseph McCarthy died in 1957. We were supposed to be done with this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The Red Scare.
This is absolutely, it's just nuts. I mean, it's we're against fascism.
Right.
And that's why I read this. This is, they're trying to arrest people who are against fascists.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't wrap my head around this. And, I think I asked CJ about this and I didn't get an answer from him. How can you be against fascism?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because that's what it all turned out to be. I mean, Hitler loved Mussolini, what he did to Italy, and he decided that he wanted to replicate that, but in Nazi Germany anyway. And then that's why we had the war, and that's why we actually fought against fascism.
Right. Yep. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Matt first. All right. Matt in Middleton.
Hey guys.
Yep.
Hey, I just had to call in quick because that Pam Bondi stuff. Aren't they openly admitting that they're fascists then?
Yes, they are. Yes.
And
I know.
So like you said earlier, though, it's like all this stuff that's happened since MAGA came into being.
Right.
It could be the funniest, craziest movie you could ever watch.
I know.
Because no one could ever come up with all this stuff because it is so insane. But it also shows just how far down and how insecure and terrified and angry
paranoid
and messed up American society has become.
Yes, absolutely. And I mentioned that yesterday about a malignant narcissism. Part of that is being very, very paranoid. And Trump is, a perfect example of that paranoia. So,
Matt,
All right,
thanks for
man.
that
I know
call.
that's why I constantly read these anti-fascist stories because it's just so weird. All right.
Well, guess who's on the phone here?
Well, okay. I asked the question.
You did.
CJ, why aren't you against this possible movement against anti-fascism?
CJ?
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yes.
All right.
So what do you think about that? Why are you against anti-fascism?
I find it funny because I've said it before.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrat Party, your party, the former administration only cared about police officers getting injured after January 6th. The funny thing was there was 750 other riots prior to that, and Antifa was part of those 750. There's paid protesters, and they're going to follow the money, and they're going to see what Antifa is all about, and they should.
But again, Antifa is anti-fascism. Again, it's fighting against it. They spring up. They spring up
with violence.
No,
and
actually, Antifa is not about violence. They're against violence. It's peaceful protests.
Sure.
And and by the way, Antifa at the time during the Black Lives protests, those individuals who broke into buildings and broke glass and started fires, they weren't part of Antifa. They were other people.
Yeah, you know, right? You know. That's like the CNN reporter standing in front of a burning building and said, "These are mostly peaceful riots."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. You guys don't report the stuff that they are doing. They captured the January 5th bomber, pipe bomb.
Yes. What about
they
it?
had all the evidence under the Biden Department of Justice, and the smoking hot, smart Pam Bondi announced it yesterday. They captured him, guys.
Did you just
captured him?
He said
smoking hot.
She was smoking hot.
That was the Democrat Party and Republican.
Okay.
Well, okay.
All right.
Well,
CJ.
you didn't answer.
Can you guys talk about that, or is that something that?
But we're trying to talk to you. We're trying
the truth.
We're just trying to talk to you about anti-fascism and why you would be against anybody who's fighting a fascist movement. Why?
I know you want to put me in a box, but I want to talk about what's actually happening in the country and has happened.
No, it's John and Gordy
think
here.
About where the Black Lives money go, any Black Lives Matter money go. And that's what I'd like you guys to discuss. Give some credence to that.
There's got to be some focus.
Of dollars.
I'm just trying to
We're
focus.
hopscotching all over the place, CJ.
But thanks. See, I did not get an answer.
Yeah.
And I get the same kind of answer from my mega friend in Milwaukee as well. I just don't get these answers. I want to know why they think the way they think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I know Kurt is probably,
Well, we have Charles on the line.
Curled
from
up in a fetal position in the corner of the room. Sorry about that, Kurt.
But we have Charles right here.
Yes.
From Milwaukee. Good afternoon, Charles. You go ahead.
Hey guys, you guys waste your time. He's never going to answer a question.
Right.
He's if you look at deflection in a dictionary, it's going to have his picture on it. And he had the nerve to talk about money.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is stealing the money out the back door while the front of the house is on fire.
Yes, exactly.
And then should we give the FBI a cookie because they did their job? It doesn't matter if they didn't get this guy when Biden was president.
Right.
They got him.
Yes.
I mean, wasn't bin Laden out there when George H.W. Bush was president, and then Obama got him under his watch?
I'll never forgive George Bush. I'll never forget.
Right.
I'll never forgive him for that.
Got him.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah, right.
CJ comes up with the craziest thing. This morning when he called in and he was talking about the number of American lives that's been saved by this administration. There was a fentanyl drug bust in Manitowoc yesterday or the day before. And you know what I saw in the picture? a table full of fentanyl pills with the dog there, letting us see the evidence of what they found at this drug buzz. Donald Trump wants to start a war with Venezuela because he wants to be able to go in there and steal the oil. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the oil. We're about to start another war with American lives for oil.
That's right.
Again.
That's right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It is outrageous.
Charles, thank you for that call.
Appreciate it, Charles. Thanks for summing that up for me.
Yep. We'll take more of your calls at 855-752-4842. Back with more of John and Gordy for this afternoon after this.
WMDX Madison. Come for the cheese. Stay because your car won't start.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Get ready, Madison. El Sazon Jarocho is now open on Plaza Drive. 5-star authentic Mexican cuisine, fresh, homemade, and the best prices in town. See why one review said, best tacos I've ever had in my life. El Sazon Jarocho. You won't leave hungry, just happy.
What is a commercial? It's a message delivered to the people, in this instance through your radio speakers into your ears. Why, it's like a movie for your brain. This radio commercial is directed to the business community. If you want to reach more customers, you should be using WMDX Radio. It's that simple. Just email sales@WMDXradio.com and let our crack sales team show you how to make your business grow with the #1 medium known to humankind, the radio commercial on WMDX. Long may you wave.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
Shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
You couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Don't miss the stories that
With your feet on the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head will collapse if there's nothing in it. And you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my
Afternoons with John and Gordy.
23 minutes past the hour. 855-752-4842. We have Erica on the line from Madison.
Yeah, let's talk to Erica.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to call in, bouncing off of the conversation being had today about a potential war on Venezuela. For anybody who is listening And for your information, if you agree with the 70% of the people in this country who oppose military action against Venezuela, there is a protest happening tomorrow in Madison at 816 State Street for anybody who wants to protest for peace. And there are lots of calls to action happening in cities across the nation for this very issue. And you can look up if there's something near you at answercoalition.org. So if you, like any of the callers who have been talking about this, feel that way, or if you guys know anybody who wants to do something tomorrow in Madison, you have an opportunity to make your voice heard.
This is for protesting against the war in Venezuela.
Answercoalition.org, right?
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Well, that's great to know.
Thanks for taking my call.
All right.
Erica?
Thanks, Erica.
Okay.
For being proactive.
She's still
Pro-democracy.
Erica, are you still? Okay. I was going to ask her a little bit more if there were other protests going on, or if this is just a solo thing here in
I
Madison.
think you check it out
There
at
are other ones.
answercoalition.org.
Say that again, Aaron?
There are other ones. I just pulled up the website, answercoalition.org.
Okay.
And it looks like it has details about where you can protest.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
That's answercoalition.org. Okay.
All right.
Well,
works for me. big
well,
silence here on the show. Kurt,
time for a pause.
Kurt, who freaked out that CJ was on the air again. Right.
Easy, Kurt.
Wrote this.
It's okay.
This experiment you are running is not a healthy one for you or the rest of us. If you turn him around, you'll probably see a pull string. Now, this is in reference to my pull string doll collection that I have out there.
Yes.
Just pull the string and the same answers come out every time. Yes, indeed.
Well, we forgot to ask him the one question you were talking about with CJ is, really have you gone 100% Trump all the way? There's nothing that he's done wrong since he took over. Yeah.
They should have asked that too.
Yeah. Well, we'll get around to that next time he calls.
Well, think on that.
Greatest
If
president
CJ's
ever, according to CJ.
If CJ's listening, just think on that one for a while. Okay. All right, let's go to the phones. Joe, welcome to the program again.
Good afternoon.
Well, it's interesting hearing what CJ has to say. Let's put it like that. I think that's charitable. It's interesting. First off, how does he know that the protesters were paid? What's the evidence of that? Again, it's just like, you spew it out. What's the evidence? I thought the comment that Pam Bondi was smoking hot, which is if you pick your attorney based on what they look like, good luck. Good luck. They're supposed to be a good attorney, period.
Right.
Yeah. Third thing that bothered me is that, that we did fight fascists in World War II, and people suffered greatly under that form of government, and also those who went into American service people who were fighting. I had an uncle that was a bombardier pilot, 50 missions in World War II, and man, it hurt him. It really hurt him. He wore that for the rest of his life, and that was a battle against fascists, without a doubt. And the final thing I'll say is that CJ was talking about where money and where did it go. I'd like to know where it was originally $40 billion, knocked down to $20 billion that we gave to Argentina. And there was an article in the New Yorker about this. And Trump had just the greatest line about it. He just said, we're giving them these $20 billion, quote, just helping a great guy take over a great country. Wow. That's the reason we're doing it. It's just helping a great guy. I would argue it might have had something to do with Bessent's good buddy that he worked with, who was the head of a hedge fund called Discovery Capital Management that got bailed out as part of all of this. But hey, it's okay. And what about the farmers and the soybeans? Oh, a whole nother thing. But, $20 billion out of our pockets out of this. I would say that's a little bit more important than anything else that's going down. Thanks a lot, you guys.
All right. Yeah. Thank
Joe,
you.
Thank you.
That's a really good point. Argentina is certainly getting a lot of money, and their experiment down there is not working. They're really they're taking government out of people's lives down there, and people are becoming more and more poor. Poverty levels are up. It's not going well, and I think somebody's going to lose a lot of taxpayer money.
Yes. So, hey, we've got the Midwest Food and Farm Report coming up here shortly. Want to remind you that we have our grown-up gift list text to win contest. throughout Civic Media Radio Network. This hour's keyword is WISH, W-I-S-H. You can get that to us in the next half hour or so, and you'll be in for possibly winning $200 cash today. And every entry gets you into the 3 grand prize drawings for the snowblower or a stainless steel cookware set or a portable air conditioner. Again, the keyword this hour is WISH. There'll be other keywords in the 5 o'clock hour and 7 o'clock hour. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess
get those entries in.
I guess we should avoid some of the text about CJ, and I think we'll do that. Yeah. Cam writes, John, next time CJ is waving a flag outside your window.
Oh, yeah. Roll back there.
We're just getting
there. There it is.
Yeah. Don't look at him with your AI glasses.
It might identify. Okay.
You don't know what'll come up on those glasses.
Yeah, right. Back with more of John and Gordy on this Friday afternoon after these words.
No more. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh, yeah. I don't want to do your dirty work. No more.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
Local news, real voices, and conversations that count. That's Madison. And that's 92.7 WMDX.
Recently here in the U.S., we have been seeing a decline in the price producers are getting for their milk. To help combat this, the U.S. has a plan. I'm Ben Jarbo at the Midwest Farm Report, and Bryce Windecker, a dairy market analyst with Everag, is here to give a little insight into what that plan is.
We've gone extremely cheap here, and our milk production here isn't slowing down by any means, and we've grown the cow herd off of less culling. We haven't culled as many cows because of that cattle price. That's really propped up a lot of producers here, and thank God we do have that. Adding about $3-4 a hundredweight in revenue, because if we didn't, this would be hurting a whole lot more.
Bryce Windecker, a dairy market analyst with Everag. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Ben Jarbo, and we'll take a look at those closing markets right after this.
The Beatles, Stonehenge, the Tower of London. Where are we headed? Yep, that's right. We are on our way to London, Wales, and the Lake District, March 22nd through the 31st, and I'm inviting you to join me. We'll take in the best of Britain, from country life to the bustling cities. We'll start in London with a guided city tour, followed by the Churchill War Rooms and a scenic River Thames cruise. In Wales, you'll get a taste of farm life at Tai Tanglewist Dairy and step through centuries of culture at St. Fagan's National Museum of History. Onward to England with immersive visits to Ludlow Farm Shop and Lower Drayton Farm. From there, reliving the legacy of the Fab Four at the Beatles Story Museum. Visit Beatrix Potter's beloved Hilltop Farm, and then wrap it up with a tour of Quarry Bank Mill, one of the best preserved cotton mills of the Industrial Revolution. Details now at holidayvacations.com, keyword Pam, where you can request a brochure, watch a travel show, and book this tour.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ben Jarbo with the Midwest Farm Report. And before we see how the markets did on the close today, I want to remind you to download our new app on your app store. You can get on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store just by typing in Midwest Farm Report. Now let's see how the markets are looking to close out the week. It's a downward slide with cash corn down 2.5 at 4.44 3/4, and new crop corn down 0.5 penny at 4.64 1/4. Cash soybeans are down 14 1/4 at 11.05 1/4, with new crop soybeans down 10 3/4 at 11.04. March wheat is down 4.5 at 5.35 3/4, and July wheat is down 4 1/4 at 5.51. Class 3 milk contracts for January are 4 cents lower at 15.37 a hundredweight, and February contracts are also down 4 cents at 15.54 a hundredweight. 40-pound blocks are down 1.5 at 1.38. But AA butter's up 3/4 penny at 1.47 3/4. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Ben Jarbo.
Parallel parking in Madison? Impossible. Finding real conversation on the radio? Probable. With 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. A mostly cloudy afternoon as snow begins to develop. Highs in the upper 20s, a southwest breeze. Tonight, snow could mix with a little bit of light freezing rain before coming to an end. Clouds in upper teens. Sunshine returning Saturday. More snow Saturday night. It's 24 at our studios.
Pete Schwaba,
Madison-based film critic and the CityCast Madison newsletter editor, Rob Thomas. Christmas to me is like the least sexy holiday. Like there's Halloween, kind of a sexy holiday, maybe Valentine's Day, sweetest day, but like, I don't know, Christmas, like even Arbor Day is sexier than Christmas, I think.
Interesting. I don't, remind me not to spend Arbor Day with you.
I get a little frisky, Rob.
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 5 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm Rick Smith, host of The Rick Smith Show. If you're looking for honest talk, real stories, and straight-up news that matters to you, tune in to The Rick Smith Show. We're digging into the issues that affect your job, your family, your future. Join me weeknights at 9 on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I've got a quarter sip, chillin' with my homies, sippin' matcha, and I moved up to the suburbs, oh yeah. Don't you know that I've been this way? No more nightly sex, I'm wearing quarter sips all day. Oh baby, now I'm rich. You're so broke, you can't afford
It's afternoons with John and Gordy and our quarter zips.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's a big thing for Gen Zers. They love these quarter zips, and it's
please explain.
It's
what
a
that
sweater
is.
with a zipper at the top, and it goes down just a little bit, right? About 5 or 6 inches. Right?
About a quarter of the sweater.
A quarter of the sweater,
which is why it's called that.
A quarter zip.
Have these always been called quarter zips? I've never heard that term before.
I haven't heard it either, but
okay,
just ask.
Trying to keep up.
Anybody
with the
else?
times.
They probably know.
Okay,
but. Yeah, I was picturing like a quarter Ziploc, a quart Ziploc bag, and I was thinking, well, what would they do with that? But anyway, that's the big style now, and the reason is because you can wear it casually, or you can go to the library, or you could cook food in it.
Right.
It's a sweater, but the thing is, you can wear a shirt underneath it, and the collar comes out, and it looks really nice and dressy. Right?
I was wearing that yesterday. Where you got a little button-up shirt underneath, or you could just have a T-shirt underneath, and then it's more casual. It's versatile.
Is that your only one, or do you have several of these?
I just have one. I didn't know it was a big trend. I just like the one I have.
Here comes Catherine.
Catherine,
you know about quarter zips? I'm completely fashion clueless. Obviously,
women have the dialogue down. They know all of this stuff. They get a manual early on, like when they're 7 or 8. They memorize everything in it, and they know every term possible.
Okay.
Denise,
Catherine,
in our traffic department, is wearing a quarter zip.
Oh,
I walked into her. I said, they're talking about quarter zips. Isn't that hilarious? It's so trendy right now.
It is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It is.
Again, I didn't know it was trendy. I just have one and I like it. So
okay.
Wait a minute. Aaron is trendy now. I mean, come on, man. You're styling and profiling here in the studio. We didn't even know it. I feel bad.
Did you just get this quarter zip?
Maybe like a month ago.
Catherine, thank you.
A month ago. Okay. Yeah, this is all the big deal. And
did you know what a quarter zip was?
Of course, I thought I sent it to you.
Of course you did.
What?
I love that topic. I think it's a great.
Okay.
Catherine.
All right.
Brett and Brown Deer text in quarter zip. I paid $30 for that in Illinois at the dispensary.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah.
Been here all week. Try the deal. Okay. Wow.
Oh, all right.
Catherine walked all the way from her office in here to tell us about the quarter zip, and she knew what it was. Okay.
I just run this stuff by Ann, and she just tells me all the jargon that I'm unfamiliar with. Guys don't know this stuff.
Where did women pick up on
I don't know how they pick up on
They've got
this.
special radar or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess, all that useless information has to go to somebody.
I guess so.
Oh, God. Okay. DD Geopolitics
What?
wrote this post. Okay. I'm just going to read this post here.
Okay.
The Pentagon is now rolling out Santa on an armored vehicle. I saw the video of this, actually. It's online. At the U.S. Department of War building, Santa and soldiers debuted Santa on top of a tactical vehicle while families and kids looked on. God, this is really sick.
It really is.
This is classic
Oh, no.
soft power militarization and turning war machinery into something festive, harmless, family friendly.
Yeah.
It's a recruitment tool disguised as a holiday event.
Yeah.
Here's a little audio from this event. It's the same psychological formula used for decades, making military hardware feel normal, safe, look fun, and associated with children, holidays, and community gatherings.
Okay.
Keep it up there. Keep it up.
Okay.
Listen.
Please continue to enjoy our musical entertainment, courtesy of the United States Navy Band. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Just a wonderful holiday season with
Oh,
Santa
boy.
on top of
And the
an
kids love
armored
it.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yes.
just over the top.
Beware.
Yeah.
Beware.
Well, remember when we were kids, we had G.I. Joe, and you had soldiers or something, little plastic soldiers.
You think that's
It's come
why
a
baby
long way.
boomers turned into crazy
Protesters?
MAGAs?
Oh, some of them
gun-carrying lunatics?
Well, possibly. It could have been
Because we
the
had
case.
our man from Uncle guns and hardware.
Yes, the man from Uncle stuff. God, wish I still had that. I bet that's worth some money, right?
Well, yeah, my wife
Some of those
and her
collectibles?
brother used to have a G.I. Joe.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, a couple of different kinds of G.I. Joes, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
And what is the Armstrong thing? You used to pull the arms and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Stretch
These-
Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong.
That was so strange. Why would they do that?
I don't know. What fun would that be to pull the arms of a toy? I guess people do that.
My dad had a few GI Joes, and he and his brothers, they'd have their wars with them, and then they'd die because they're shooting at each other,
Right.
and they would have funerals for them and bury them in the yard, and then dig them up later to play with them again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
Wow.
All right.
It says here next. Terry writes. Next, they'll dress up ICE officers as Krampus.
Okay.
so they can beat the crap out of immigrants and pretend they are celebrating the holidays.
Wonderful.
With that Krampus ad that's on now.
I don't know if I've
Have
seen
you
that.
seen that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it doesn't.
No, we'll have to look that up. Okay.
Yeah, it's on TV all the time.
Wasn't the Santa? Matthew from Menominee Falls says, "Wasn't the Santa on a tank part of the Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen?" I think that might have
I
been.
don't know,
in there.
maybe.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I talked a little bit about the job losses at some of the EV plants around the country now.
Right.
Simply because we got rid of the rebates where people could afford, maybe a little bit better afford some of these EVs out there, about $40,000 for them.
Mhm.
I bought a used EV because it had a $4,000 rebate, and I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Had to forego the garage because of the increase in lumber prices.
Mhm.
Damn.
Well.
This Trump guy. All right. Anyway, Trump announced a rollback of fuel economy standards for cars and light trucks that would otherwise encourage car makers to produce more electric vehicles.
Right.
See how all this ties together?
Yes.
Trump says climate change only makes products more expensive and makes them perform worse, like toilets and shower heads. Trump wants to wants to unleash prosperity through deregulation.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with that. Cars are getting more expensive on their own, right?
Right.
Gasoline alone accounts for $2,900 per household per year, While a more efficient dishwasher, light bulb, or faucet may have higher sticker prices up front, they can be more affordable in the long run. Save you a lot of money for a lifetime of that product.
Right.
Now, Sean Duffy said, I love Sean Duffy. He's so great from our state. I just love him. Said that these moves will ensure that American people can purchase the cars they want. And, you know, when they said that, that was so stupid, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I want to buy a bad car. Anyway, it says here, because it takes years and billions of dollars to develop new cars, and car makers would prefer if regulations just stayed put. The U.S. auto industry also serves other countries. Markets like Europe are holding to their environmental regulations and are looking to ban the sale of internal combustion vehicles altogether.
Wow.
Meanwhile, China is making some of the cheapest and most popular EVs in the world, and the world is just passing us by.
Yep.
In an EV vehicle.
Yep. China is taking the lead on this and not giving it up. Not anytime soon.
No.
Yep. We're taking your calls and your texts. You can call us at 855-752-4842 or text us on the Civic Media app. Free to download, free to use. And also want to remind you that the Grown-Up Gift List Text to Win multi-state contest, we're in a contest hour right now. The keyword is WISH, W-I-S-H. If you want to get in for that chance to win $200 today, that entry gets you into also our grand prize drawings. We've got 3 grand prizes this time around: a snow blower, a stainless steel cookware set, or an portable air conditioner. Again, the keyword is WISH. You have until the top of the hour to get that in. There'll be other contest hours and other keywords in the 5 p.m. hour and 7 p.m. hour, and then all next week, Monday through Friday. So get those entries in. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Do you need any references to any of the rule books that we have sitting here?
Well, let me just say that you can go to civicmedia.us and find out all the rules that you need to find out. Okay. And, every time you enter, by the way, you get a text back with more chances to enter more entries. So that's pretty cool.
All right. Okay. Well, why don't we go to the phone lines before we get to another daily show cut? It's pretty cool from John Stewart.
Mike is calling from Muscadet. Good afternoon, Mike.
Good afternoon, guys. I appreciate the dialogue, but
thank you.
I wonder. I know you guys probably aren't thinking on the same wavelength as I am, but what does the government know about automobiles?
Nothing, apparently.
There you go.
Yeah, these automobile manufacturers, they know a lot about it, and they even plan ahead, and they even tried to plan ahead with battery plants and EV plants all over the place, and people were getting jobs, and yeah, we were actually hiring people at a time. And in fact, the union for one of these plants that cut down the amount of people working there because the EVs aren't selling as well, simply because, of the rebates, they just won like their union contract of a raise. Wow. And now they get this bad news just around the corner. So yeah, Mike, it's pretty bad.
You have any more thoughts on that, Mike?
Well, I just understand what the government meddles in affairs that they know nothing about, and they just make them more and more expensive.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Me personally, I would never own an electric vehicle because they're heavy. They will go through tires. The batteries are a real pain to replace, and nobody can work on them.
Well, here's the thing. The good thing about a EV is that they have fewer moving parts. They don't require oil changes. They have fewer breakdowns. They're pretty solid, Mike. It'll save you a lot of money. That's why I bought mine.
You're going to waste a lot of money in tires, and nobody wants to insure them either.
Well, you know what?
Once you get hit in one of them, you're done.
They create regeneration in another way, just besides the tires, of course, being pulled a little bit to slow down. They have other ways of regeneration. So they've made big strides in EV.
They're also real heavy. They're real heavy.
Yes,
so
they're heavy.
Another vehicle, the other vehicle is in danger of these electric vehicles because they're extremely heavy, and the batteries are an absolute hassle. I know, believe me, I know about these electric vehicles.
Yeah.
They don't work.
Well,
and the people aren't accepting them. People will not accept them.
Well,
They're sitting on lots.
but Mike, nowadays the batteries are much better. Okay, I have a 2022, and the batteries aren't quite as up to date as they are making them now, and they're going to last a long time.
Mike, thanks for that call.
I know what you're talking about, though. I had to replace the battery in my Prius.
Okay. We've got other calls coming in. You can jump in too. 855-752-4842. Back with more of John and Gordy after these messages.
God make you very gentleman.
Farm news that impacts you and your community from the Midwest Farm Report throughout your day on 92.7 WMDX.
Hello, this is Dr. Chris Kammer, the no-drill, no-shot dentist from Victorious Dental. For more than a century, dentistry meant drills and needles. So archaic. These days, modern science has transformed how we treat cavities. Instead of cutting away cavities and tooth structure, we can now stop decay in its tracks using safe, FDA-approved methods. Who knew, right? One of the most exciting is silver diamine fluoride, a liquid that can painlessly halt a cavity from progressing. When combined with simple medicine filling materials that go on like spackle, we can actually heal teeth rather than destroy them. This approach is comfortable, lowers cost, and preserves every possible bit of your natural tooth instead of amputating it with a drill. The next time you hear that old dental drill, remember, modern dentistry has already left it behind. And I'm Dr. Chris Kammer from Victorious Dental. For a kinder, more humane healing experience at the dentist, reach out to Victorious Dental at thedrillisgone.com.
I'm hungry. What's cooking?
Oh, no, not me. It's your turn.
Oh, we're back to taking turns?
Yes.
Well, how about Sugar River Pizza?
Oh, yeah. Now they can cook.
I could really go for some of that 12-hour smoked pulled pork.
Ooh, and some pasta. Okay, now I'm hungry. Sugar River, here we come.
And they have that great kids menu, too.
We don't have any kids.
Right. That's beside the point. The point is, I'm hungry. You're hungry.
Let's go.
Yes. And we should talk about having some kids.
Get in the car, Bob. Sugar River, Sun Prairie, Verona, New Glarus, and catering.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
My name's John Driscoll, proud member of the Patriotic Millionaires. When I was CEO at CareCentrix, I doubled entry-level wages. The impact? Productivity went up, turnover went down, and the company was successful. When employees are off the clock, they're real consumers, the consumers that drive the economy with their spending. By paying employees a fair wage, we're actually helping out all of us in giving our economy the best chance to succeed. I'm John Driscoll. I'm a patriotic millionaire, and I approve this message.
The holidays are here, and it's time to pick a present from Civic Media's grown-up gift list with this local station. Listen while you work for the keywords to text for your chance to win $200 cash and be entered to win one of our grand prizes, a snowblower.
Trucking, got my chips cashed in, keep trucking, like the Doodah Man together, more or less in line, just keep trucking on.
John and Gordy in the afternoon, I can keep trucking with a EV truck.
Sure, why not?
Right. We got a response here. Said, and gas-fueled cars don't use tires. I guess that goes to Mike.
Yeah, Mike's kind of soured on the whole EV deal.
Well, yeah, I think it's a good deal. You know, I've had like maybe my fill-ups cost about $5 or $6. So I get to go, you know, actually city driving is probably the best place for an EV.
But I hear,
it's gotta be.
you know, but for guys that like to work on their own cars, or anybody that wants to work on their own cars,
it's all computerized. Yeah,
yeah, they can't.
It's a total mystery
That's
how they
becoming a
work.
thing of the past.
It's magic.
Yeah,
I don't know how they work.
We got some callers here.
Let's go to Tom and Jackson. Tom, what do you got for us?
Hi guys, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Well, there's some good pluses to them, but really it's going to always be a niche vehicle, and there's some real negatives. One of the main negatives, if you're in a car accident with one, it takes a specialized fire department unit to come and help you in that car, and some of them, the doors do not have mechanical latches on them; they're electric. But if the batteries fail, it's really hard to get you out of that vehicle. And so there's more chances you'll perish in that vehicle if there's a fire in that electric car.
Yep.
Another thing is they're very sensitive to temperature. If it's too cold, their range drops to maybe 30% of what it would be. One of my friend's sister, she had a Nissan Leaf, and she was stuck in Milwaukee because she ran out of power when it was like 10 degrees. She thought she could make it, but she couldn't. And on the flip side, if it's too hot, they have trouble when it's too hot too. I've read quite a few tests, like Motor Trend and stuff, where they've tested these new Ford Lightning trucks out west pulling, and not very good. And even the auto guys at the magazines are like, well, they're very narrow focus vehicles.
Yeah.
I'd hope you'd look into them a little more and see the dangers of them. Have you ever seen any pictures of the ships that they come over on from the Far East? That's where a lot of them are from. When they start on fire, the whole ship will burn down because the lithium-ion batteries, and also including parking lots. If there's one that starts a fire in a parking lot, it can actually burn a hole right through the cement.
Yeah. I haven't seen any Kias. I have a Kia EV6. I haven't seen any of those on fires. So
start doing a little research. You'll see.
I'll do that.
I'm not saying there's not a place for them, but there's a lot of negatives.
No, I understand. The electric doors drive me crazy. Okay, I know that already. I know that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that you can't pull the handle. It's just it's embedded in the door weird, somehow, and it just it drives me crazy. Yeah. There's a latch on the inside of the door, I believe, somewhere that you can open the door manually in some way. But
really, okay.
I haven't looked into that.
Tesla truck. Yeah. I believe the Tesla truck is considered one of the most undependable vehicles of the last couple of years.
That's what I've heard. They're bad.
Yeah, all kinds of recalls on them.
Yeah. They can't even resell those. What's that?
Say that again here.
Plus, they're ugly as sin.
Well, there's that. Yeah. Tom, thank you for that call.
Yeah, I've never been able to figure out why they had like corners on a car. Corners just seems wrong. You can't really bond the two sides. Well, I don't know. What the hell? All right, let's go to a Cam out in Appleton. Cam, what do you got?
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. I wanted to touch on two things. The electric car thing from Mike earlier. The weight is kind of negligible. They're only the most common electric car out there right now in the U.S. is the Tesla Model Y, and it's only a few hundred pounds heavier than a typical vehicle, which would be around like 3,300-ish pounds. It did surprise me to see that they weigh more than Challengers. Because those are boats, and that's what I personally drive. I have never had the opportunity to drive an electric vehicle, just ride in them. But I do think that it reminds me of during when the internet was first being adopted, a lot of people scoff at the idea of the internet, saying business will still be in person, as insane as that sounds now. And I think people are far too quick, and I don't know if this will ever change, but far too quick to stick their nose up to new things and just hate on them for no reason. Meanwhile, we have diesel trucks driving around that are way heavier. Some of them go up F-150s to like 6,000 pounds. It's insane.
Yes.
The other thing I wanted to touch on was Crucial has dropped out of the market, and I think that that is not that I'm trying to pilot your guys' show, but I think it's really important to touch on because vehicles also use RAM for like computers, for the computer components. Crucial has dropped out of the market, and that leaves two left, TSCM and Samsung. And TSCM is not accepting any new orders for RAM. Therefore, Samsung is the only one that people can buy, companies in general can order RAM components from, and that means that they can say whatever the price they want it to be is whatever they want.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of Crucial RAM.
Yeah, I've used some as well. So
Yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah, what happened? What do you know the story about why that dropped out of the market?
Yes. It's still a little vague because the details aren't fully out at the moment. I was going to do some research after I did the show, actually.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there is either it's one or a few AI companies had bought up about 40 to 60% of all currently available RAM sticks for their data centers. And then as a result, it's not something that they can just keep up with market-wise. I don't know how long it takes to create the chips that are used in RAM, but I know for CPUs, a single CPU can take anywhere about 3 to 4 months to create and manufacture.
Yeah.
All right, Cam, thanks for that
Yeah,
call.
thanks for bringing that up. It's really important to know that.
News is next. We're coming back with our last hour of John and Gordy for this Friday. After this, Jim Santel will join us a little later.
Electric Avenue. Electric Avenue.
This is 92.7 WMDX Columbus, Madison's real news and great conversation. A Civic Media station. WMDXradio.com.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A CDC vaccine advisory panel has voted to change recommendations on giving the hepatitis B vaccine to newborns, something health experts and doctors have done since 1991. The panel, handpicked by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., voted to leave the decision up to parents. ABC News contributor Dr. Alok Patel says parents already had that choice.
Since 1991, when we got a universal recommendation, cases of hepatitis B in this country have dropped from 95 to 99%. Hundreds of studies recently were pulled together in a review to show that this shot is extremely effective and it's very safe. And moving that goal line can put a lot more children at risk when they don't need to be.
Brian Cole Jr., the suspect arrested in connection with the DNC and RNC pipe bomb incidents in Washington, D.C. in 2021, made his court appearance today. Sources tell ABC News Cole admitted to investigators during an interview that he planted the bombs. This is ABC News.
Our lakes are gorgeous. Just don't swim in them. 92.7 WMDX, keeping Madison honest, one broadcast at a time.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. You know it's the holiday season when there's a big tree in the Wisconsin State Capitol. Every year, there's a special ceremony to turn on the lights. The La Crosse Central High School band had the honor of kicking things off. This year's celebration centered around the governor's proclamation that 2025 is the year of the kid. The tree is called the Learning Tree and honors students and educators all over Wisconsin. The guests of honor included Mr. Peanuts, real name Rodney Esser, who's been the custodian at Park Elementary School in Cross Plains for 61 years.
I just love what I do. Every morning, these little people will come into school, and it isn't limited just to little people who throw hugs at me and high fives and fist bumps, staff as well.
Green Bay West High School teacher Ellie Hines-Verdew talked about what's kept her going after more than 3 decades.
36 years in the classroom. I think you can trust me when I say it's love.
The 30-foot-tall balsam fir came from farmers in Oconto County. It's decorated with hundreds of ornaments made by students from all over the state. Elmer Moore Jr., the executive director of the Wisconsin Housing and Economic Development Authority, got to do the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Wisconsin's Capitol Holiday Tree has been nominated for USA Today's 10 Best Public Holiday Lights Displays. We'll find out who makes that top 10 list on Wednesday. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson, 92.7 WMDX News.
The Packers brace for the Bears. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. NFL, it's the Bears and the Packers. Sunday at 3:25 in a nationally televised game. It'll be carried in nearly every state across the country. The Bears rushed for a combined 281 yards on the ground a week ago in Philly against the Eagles. What will it take for the Packers defense to stop it? I asked defensive end Micah Parsons.
Yeah, we got to overly communicate, and it starts even in the film room. We got to be more communicative in the film room, tell them what we see, what to expect. You know, the smarter you are, the better you are in this league. So if they kind of understand the looks, the formations, and where the slot's going to be and things like that, it'll definitely make it a lot easier for them and us.
NBA, the Bucks host the 76ers. Milwaukee trying to get back to 500 after losing 8 of their last 9. College volleyball, the Wisconsin Badgers swept Eastern Illinois in the first round of the NCAA tournament in Madison. Badgers playing North Carolina next at the UW Fieldhouse. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Your neighbors are talking. Leaders are deciding. Madison's story unfolds daily on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Rodney Price. A mostly cloudy afternoon as snow begins to develop. Highs in the upper 20s, a southwest breeze. Tonight, snow could mix with a little bit of light freezing rain before coming to an end. Clouds in upper teens. Sunshine returning Saturday. More snow Saturday night. It's 24 at our studios.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Join me, Tom Hartman, each and every weekday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tom Hartman program right here on Civic Media. I talk about the issues that all Wisconsinites can get behind, from unrigging our economy so it works for all of us, not just the billionaire class, to improving our representative government, to delivering on the promise of we the people. Tune in middays right here on your local Civic Media.
Broadcasting from Wisconsin, roasting everything within state lines. It's John and Gordy.
Back again. Yeah, we're here. One more hour for this week. That's right. We want to thank everybody that came out last night to the Atwood Music Hall to see Pete Schwaba's film, The Godfather of Green Bay. Great turnout. It was fun to see everybody. Pete was there and answering a few questions about the movie. Really fun time. And thanks to our sponsors here in Madison, Downdren's Distilling in Cottage Grove. And we made a little bit of money, raised some funds for the Dane County Humane Society here. That's right. In Madison. But thanks. We had a lot of people that come, quite a ways to see the movie.
I know.
People from Green Bay area and Oshkosh. And they made the trip. It was a fun time.
Yeah, these are Pete heads. They,
Is that what they call themselves?
I think they call them couch potatoes.
Okay, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Aaron, wow.
Potatoes. I love
Look at
that.
you.
Wow.
I didn't come up with it.
No? He does
That is,
that, huh?
they are couch
that what they're
potatoes. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's see here.
We've got some calls coming in. Yeah, go
John
ahead.
texted the inability to find the emergency latch has burned hundreds of people to death in the Teslas. So, yeah.
855-752-4842.
You
What?
drove my EV.
I did.
My
yes.
space car.
I thought it was really fun.
Zippy.
Yes.
We have we
Got
have
a lot
that
of pep. Yeah.
PJ, the alter ego, says my brother had a Chevy Volt. I drove
Yeah.
it, and it was all acceleration and snappy.
Very you want your vehicles to be snappy.
Oh, they're
That's
cool.
it. Yeah.
I mean, it's all power.
It's good.
There's no hesitation. You don't wait for the cylinders to kick in.
Right.
It's just really nice.
My 2014 Kia Rio, not so snappy.
No?
No?
Doesn't have a lot of get up and go?
No, but it also only cost me $5,000. So,
Yeah.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the phone lines out in the SAC. Let's talk to Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, it's just so much disturbing. I mean that they've this administration thinks Santa has come to slay rather than to ride his sleigh. I mean that it is just, and for all these pardons, I mean daily there's a new pardon going out to some criminal that either has bringing 400 tons of cocaine into this country. That, and if it was some immigrant from Somalia, I don't think the person would be getting a pardon for that.
No.
Because Trump is selling pardons. I mean, it is just clearly obvious he's selling pardons to these people, and I'd like to know if CJ is fine with all these fraudsters getting off. Then they don't have to pay back their victims. Some of these people have lost their life savings to these guys, or lost anything at all. I mean, the courts have ordered them to pay the fine, pay their people back, and that is one of the most egregious things in all this is that these victims are never going to be made whole because Donald Trump took a bribe or allowed a bribe to be taken by one of his family members or one of his buddies or somebody in the cabinet, and gets away with billions of dollars and walking off with it, and Trump thinks, oh, that's okay. I mean, I'd like CJ to explain to us why he is okay with that.
Yeah.
Why he doesn't think that that's just a egregious crime.
It's so outrageous. It really is.
Yeah.
Well,
Mark, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that call.
I got to say there's one thing about the Somali immigrants that Trump is targeting at this point, and they're going to investigate for fraud. That fraud was taking place. Not all Somali immigrants were taking part in it. It was something that a small group in Minnesota had taken advantage of the COVID payouts. And that's where the ripoff basically took place. But we should talk to Robin Voss about the payoff he got for his popcorn business.
That was a while
did he
back.
need it? But anyway, depends on who you are and what you make, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Well, aren't they sending in ICE agents into Minnesota now?
They are.
After the Somali.
Yeah, they're going after that.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And the nasty racist things that Trump said about the Somalis, just an amazing thing. All right, let's get to something from The Daily Show. And this is Jon Stewart himself talking about immigrant treatment and the January 6th insurrectionist treatment. Let's listen.
I don't mind Trump having strict standards. The problem is, if you are from the so-called less desirable countries, he does not view you as individuals. You are just part of a larger amorphous blob of suspicion that deserves no grace. And if one of you fucks up, all are condemned. But he doesn't even hold that standard for his own ethnic group. People from Magistan. Just look at the crimes they've committed since January 6th.
Owning unauthorized firearms.
Defrauding investors of $41 million.
Arrested after a dog attack that injured 4 people.
Reportedly raised a firearm during a traffic stop.
Making a terroristic threat. Convicted of plotting to kill FBI agents.
Tried to bribe child sex victims.
Thefts of industrial copper.
Some of these people, it's almost like they already knew before they were pardoned that they were going to use their second chance to commit more crimes.
Zachary Allum. He was sentenced to 8 years for assaulting police officers on January 6th before he demanded a pardon from Trump. When a local station asked Allum what he would do once he was released, he said, quote, "That's just for me to know and you to find out."
Wow. And boy, did we find out after he was arrested for a home invasion.
There you go. See, and those are the people that were pardoned.
Yeah.
The insurrectionists. Wow. Just amazing. The thing is, a lot of this stuff gets covered over. I mean, no one talks about it simply because there's all these other diversions.
There's just so much.
Yeah. The fire hose of diversions. Yeah. So, I mean, what we're doing is we're missing out on all of the other details. And if we knew those details, and if we knew all of these people who were pardoned, who are still getting in trouble, who are troublemakers, causing crimes, maybe we'd have a different perspective on what is happening with this administration. So
yeah. I know.
It's kind of well. It's nice that Jon Stewart could point that out to us.
Well, yes. Yeah.
And it's strange. It's always been very, very strange. Is that the Colbert Report way back when, and the Daily Show.
Yeah.
They have done more in-depth looks at the news than even the news.
Well, that's it. That's where we get most of our news now. It seems like the comedy shows.
It's not like they're partisan.
Shows.
They don't put these things together because they're partisan. Because it's ironic. These are things that they shouldn't be happening,
right?
And we're just pointing them out. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the way it works. Boy. Okay, phone lines are back open if you want to jump in. 855-752-4842. Getting some more texts in here as well.
Yeah, the European countries are rethinking their stance on EV vehicles and are allowing internal combustion vehicles to be sold.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. See it for yourself. That's Tom out in Jackson again.
Okay.
I just don't see that. I haven't read that in any of the stories I've read because the Chinese vehicles are very, very popular around the world. They're not being sold here, but people are moving to that.
Brett from Brown Deer says the EV technology is growing and it's growing fast. They forget the first internal combustion engines had to be cranked over and it required a buzz box and was very difficult to drive. Yeah, technology does march on and EVs still, somewhat of a new thing, I mean, it's still growing.
It is
changing.
I thought it would really, really take off, but as soon as they took away the rebates that you could get for these EV vehicles, the market just died down. What a strange thing to do. Because let's face it, GM, Ford, they're not government departments. This is the private sector making these decisions to move ahead into the future with new technology, green energy technology, and of course, who stepped in? The government, saying that no, we're not backing this stuff up. And of course, the windmills that make grain and flour.
Yeah, that's what Trump claims.
They're turbines.
Yeah,
they're wind turbines.
Hey, coming up in about 20 minutes, we're going to be talking to former U.S. Attorney Jim Santel. The Supreme Court says it's going to now hear Trump's bid to end birthright citizenship. They made that announcement, and we'll see what Jim has to say about that coming up in our next half hour.
Well, we know where they're going to come out on that.
Yeah,
they're going to change everything and throwing out the Constitution.
Well,
I mean, it is time. I wish the Democrats had decided to expand the Supreme Court. They made it seem like, we can't do that. Sore losers, right? The thing here is that we really need to expand it.
Yeah.
There's no specific number in the Constitution saying that it has to have a certain number of justices. Let's expand it, get rid of this outrageous dominance that the conservatives have. They are shameless in what they are doing to the Constitution.
Yeah.
I mean, giving blanket amnesty to anything that Trump does, immunity for everything he does as an official act. There's no place in the Constitution that allows for something like that.
They were last talking about expanding the Supreme Court, I think, during FDR's terms.
Yeah.
But he wanted to expand it, but didn't happen then. But I don't know when.
They called it corrupt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. But maybe the time has come.
And the things that they did to get this dominant conservative court that we have now, that wasn't corrupt. It's too close to the election. We have to hold up Obama's nominee.
Yeah.
Right?
That was crazy.
And then it was a month away from the election when they put Amy Coney Barrett in.
Right. Yeah. Boy. Yeah.
See, we got gamed on that one really bad.
So? Just a bit.
I feel sore from it still. And it's hard to sit down, but I'm telling you, we really have to expand that Supreme Court. As soon as the Democrats take control again, let's do what they did with Project 2025. I know with Mission 2029, but let's really put something in place. Let's change the country. We don't have a country right now. We don't have a government that we could recognize again. So let's change it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put something better in place.
Yeah. When we talk to Jim, we'll find out, what his thoughts are on this. And, as far as expanding the Supreme Court and this birthright citizenship that apparently they're going to take that case on.
Now, I've always said that if somebody could take a test drive in an EV, it would change their minds.
Yeah.
I really think they should have like test drives at all these EV dealerships.
Yeah.
And have people go out there and try these things. You'd just love it.
Well, it's an amazing vehicle. When I tried yours out, it's pretty cool. No doubt about that.
And there are different drive modes. You know, there's eco, and then there's normal, and then there's like sport. And man,
which one do you
I go into the eco version.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sport uses 4-wheel all the time. It's all-wheel drive.
Okay.
But in winter, I did put it in winter snow mode, which is
Could you
all-wheel
tell the
drive.
difference?
Yeah. It's really good, but I can't turn it off. I don't
Really?
know.
Is it
I don't know how to
stuck?
turn it off. I don't know. Maybe it'll sense warmer weather and then turn it off automatically.
I think so. Did you check the manual on this?
You know, there's 3 manuals. This
3?
This particular EV is the tech version of the car, and I love tech, but this is way too much tech for me.
Wow. I never thought I'd hear that.
Did I just say that?
I did. You did.
Could you cut that out of this show?
Okay. We're coming back.
I don't want proof of that being around.
With more of John and Gordy on this Friday afternoon in just a few minutes.
Madison and 92.7 WMDX, both weird in the best way.
Allure Intimate Apparel redefines what it means to feel confident, celebrating every woman, every shape, every size. Their expert fit specialists offer a refined, pressure-free experience designed for comfort, beauty, and ease. Bras, sleepwear, swim, and intimates, Allure has it all. With a personalized touch and a commitment to exceptional service, Allure helps women feel effortlessly supported every single day. An elevated new location is now open in the Hilldale Shopping Center, where fit meets sophistication. Visit allurefits.com.
It's family time at Chula Vista with the right kind of fun for everyone. Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. Easy going with scenic river walks, a relaxing spa, or going all out in 80,000 square feet of indoor water park and cross-country skiing, sledding, snowshoeing, all right here. Check it out at chulavistaresort.com.
Dogs are welcome during the holidays at Chula. Check out our special Fido-friendly packages at chulavistaresort.com.
Hey, Gordy, I got to admit, these hearing aids from Madison Hearing Aid Center changed my life.
Mine too, John. I thought I needed subtitles to talk to my grandkids.
And these aren't those old giant clunkers we saw in the old days. It's got Bluetooth, it's rechargeable, the works.
Yeah, my phone connects straight to my ears. I'm basically a cyborg now.
Hey, you just figured out texting last year, too.
Yeah, baby steps. But I did call Madison Hearing Aid Center, and you should too. 608-249-4077.
608-249-4077. Tell them John and Gordy sent you.
There was a time when barbecue was perfect. A strong, reliable flavor that could be counted on. But then big manufacturers decided that barbecue needed to be zesty or spicy or sweeter or whatever. If you miss the good old days of great tasting barbecue, we'd like to introduce you to Grandpa's Barbecue. Made in small batches from Grandpa's original recipe. Buy yours online today at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and one.
Afternoons with John and Gordy.
We've got cloudy skies in Madison and a mix of clouds across the state. Chilly temperatures today, mid-20s. And looks like we could be for a little light snow, but no big deal.
Boy, it's been a really busy Last 2 days, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Wow.
Let's go to Mike. He's on the line here. As soon as we get Aaron to push the button, there we
In
go.
Wauwatosa.
Hey, Mike. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Hey, how we doing? I just want to comment. I was watching the Jon Stewart Daily Show last night, and what you guys just brought up was exactly, like my train of thoughts as far as, watching the Stephen Colbert Report or the comedians are really kind of our, where we get our information. And I can honestly say, as a guy that's 30 years old, for the millennials and Gen Z, that statement couldn't not be more true. I mean, everyone's information comes from social media pretty much, or the comedy shows that you guys mentioned. And so I just wanted to comment and say, like, you guys couldn't have said that more accurate.
Yeah. It's just amazing how the comedians are picking up where the news media is falling short. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's so interesting how polarized, if you're watching Fox, that's where you're going to get all your information. And at any rate, it's just, I turned you guys on and I just had to call in and say, it's strange how accurate that is.
All right, thanks,
Did you,
Mike.
So you said you're about 30 years old, Mike?
Yep.
So did you watch your news? I mean, when you were 20, were you getting news from the late night shows as early as that? Or
Colbert
were you,
Report and Daily Show?
Or were you watching actual, NBC, CBS?
I was actually going to NPR back in the day. My dad got hooked on that.
Sure.
He wanted me to always listen to the most non-biased radio stations out there. And at the time, NPR seemed like it was, but now it seems like you kind of almost have to do your own digging and research just to kind of get the truth out.
Yeah.
Right? No matter what you watch, it's going to be a little skewed or a little biased.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Mike, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate the call.
855-752-4842.
I saw a clip where Colbert was interviewing Frankenstein. Did you see this thing?
No.
It must have been
No.
during the Halloween season. I don't know when it came out. I don't know when he did this.
Be logical.
But I think maybe it was because of the new Frankenstein movie that's out there.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Which is totally different from the Frankenstein movies we have seen in the past.
Have you seen it?
I did, yes.
Where did you see it in the theater? Or?
I think it's on Hulu.
Ah.
I'm not sure. Might be a net. Maybe it's on Netflix. I think they hired.
Did you like it?
The director to do this. Yeah, I did, but I was surprised. I have to watch it again and watch it through different anticipation, a different way of thinking about it. It's the actual novel Frankenstein,
right?
All right, Mary Shelley's book.
Sure.
So it's the actual story, which is so different from the Boris Karloff version, which I still love, by the way. I just love that. The
I
imagery.
didn't see the movie, the new one, but I heard that it starts out kind of slow and then builds up.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a long time to.
It's a different kind of monster too. He's not really, scary looking, but he has tremendous strength and power.
Okay.
So it's interesting. Again, it's a more humanistic story than it is a monster story.
Okay. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll talk with former U.S. Attorney Jim Santel. If you want to get in on that, you can call us or text us on the Civic Media app, or call 855-752-4842.
Well, they're using a lot of the. We're talking about the EVs and the batteries,
right?
But they're using a lot of those used older batteries for storage now.
Are they?
Yes.
How do they do that?
For the turbines and solar panels.
That's where the old batteries
go. That's where they go. Out in the field someplace.
Just randomly someplace out there? Or do they
I think they just throw them out in the field someplace and they look good. Maybe the electric car. This is Tyler. Maybe the electric cars could eliminate those heavy batteries by turning them into bumper cars like at the carnival. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Bumper cars. Yeah. Fun stuff. I think they still have some bumper cars up in the Dells. Not too many, though.
No. But they do have the fastest go-kart track, which I just love, man. I just love that place.
Yeah. They got several of them. They're all fast.
Cam, I'm looking for the story that you tipped us off on here. The Tennessee Dem candidate and Republican candidate have been notified of election results appearing manipulated. I can't find that story anyplace, but we'll keep our eyes open. Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
All
Okay.
right. Now, We are going to talk to Jim Santel about the Supreme Court decision in regards to allowing Texas to gerrymander, because there's something wrong. I mean, obviously you could tell that they were gerrymandering out the black communities, black representation. And what's happening here really is truly losing representation. So many people now with gerrymandering will actually find that their vote means absolutely nothing, as it has meant in this state for so long for Democrats. You know, we can't have our voices heard.
Right.
That's it. And so gerrymandering is one of the worst things that could ever happen. And because of Texas, now everybody's gerrymandering, because to get even with the other states, now we have to gerrymander.
Yeah, where does it end?
And I believe that's what we should do. But sadly, we're going in the wrong direction, and we're eliminating a lot of representation in our government. And that's the sad part of it.
Yeah. All right. Oh, bless you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. We've got a break here, and then Jim Santel will join us, and we'll get caught up on things, all things legal, especially that birthright citizenship that the Supreme Court is going to take a look at, and all the other issues that are floating around out there.
We got some.
The legal world. John and Gordy for a Friday afternoon. Weekend is straight ahead of us. And Jim Santel is too. Coming right back.
It's not a lisp, it's where we live. WMDX. From the Capitol to your kitchen table, Madison's biggest stories live right here on 92.7 WMDX.
Oh, yeah. Jim?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good.
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Boy,
How are you doing?
So many things going on. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
I was just coming. I teach a class on Friday afternoons at UWM, and just coming from it, we never get through everything. And I just keep saying, it's a lot. I know it's a lot, right? And people leave and they're appreciative, but also I also tell them, do not throw yourself off a bridge. That's not the point of this class. You may feel that way, but do not throw yourself off a bridge.
Yeah.
Anyway, good to be with you again. Talking about birthright citizenship just breaking, and Texas.
Right.
Right.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. And, you know, big court decision in Colorado where they're requiring warrants to make arrests.
Yeah, I just saw the headline on that.
That I found that on public on PBS. No, not PBS. WPR, whatever. NPR. That's what I meant to say.
The number of survivors of those who served in Pearl Harbor during the attack are dwindling, as many are now in their 90s. Or
Do you want to go early? Do you want to, take
Well,
it?
we're taking them. Yeah, we could.
I'm available until I'm going to pre-record beginning at 5, but I think you're off the air by 5, right? So anyway,
yeah, we're done.
The next half hour is just fine. I'm again here in the Racine studio, so whatever you want to do is fine.
All right, we'll go right after this this break.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
All right.
Good.
and the Milwaukee County War Memorial, presented by AM Vets in the Veterans Gallery.
Last time the Supreme Court was expanded was 1869.
Yeah. And just so you can ask me about that. So you may recall Joe Biden did had a commission on this. Remember that? And they talked about term limits. We can chat about that a little bit if you want. That there's some thought about some legislative, but he specifically said he didn't want to go down the road of expanding the Supreme Court. Not uncontroversial, right? Two negatives there, but as you said, boy, if the Democrats had gone down that road, added even two more, right, would have made a difference here. But we didn't do that once again.
I know we really have to get a spine and do these things. If it sounds like a good idea,
right,
we should try to do some of these good ideas.
Just a legal idea, right? Even if it's not done before. I mean, I'll tell you when the history of this time is written, when all is right, it's both about Donald Trump and the evil in MAGA, and it's about the incompetence of the Democrats to respond to it. Goes back to Nancy Pelosi, goes back to Merrick Garland, the chief of staff, this guy named Ron Klain in the last period of Biden's administration. They knew about the problems of this and didn't do anything. It just goes on and on. Frankly, Fani Willis, got in trouble. A good state case. You screwed it up, Fani, because your own personal stuff here, right?
Right.
We just can't. And now the last of those 4 cases is finally dismissed by the 11th Circuit. So those are all gone. And I will say, obviously, New York he's still a convicted felon, 34 counts. That one was successful. Although no real sentence there, but we're just incompetent to handle this. We just are, and it's just.
I know.
So anyway, I'm okay. I'll jump.
Okay.
I'm like Maggie, right? So calm down, Jim. Do not throw yourself off a bridge, right?
Yeah. No, I like that. I like the passion. So we need that.
I was just in front of a judge who said, "Mr. Santel, I appreciate the strength of your advocacy, your enthusiasm," and then she went on to tell me, "And you're wrong, and I'm ruling against it."
Oh no!
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that affirmation. My family will love that. The client's not so happy, but
I have a hard time believing that you would be wrong about something.
Well, frankly, it was. I'm overstating a little bit. She just said, "I'm not going to buy that argument." She said, "Okay, I got more, Judge. I got more. Right? What do you want to hear?" Right.
Love's last episode. There's nowhere to go.
It's afternoon with John and Gordy.
And joining us right now is former U.S. Attorney Jim Santel. He hosts Amicus, a law review, every Saturday on the Civic Media Radio Network from 9 to 11. Good afternoon, Jim. Good to see you.
Good to be with you once again. Boy, we're making this a regular date, right? I'm enjoying it, and you're buying me dinner later on, right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Next time we see you,
Right. Good to be with you once again, as always, right?
Well, all these things just keep coming up in the courts, and now this big decision by the Supreme Court in regards to allowing the gerrymandering in Texas because it's political. It's so upside down. All of these reasons why the Supreme Court says it's okay now to gerrymander. If it's done politically, it's okay.
That's all right.
My head spins just thinking about why that makes any sense to anybody.
Right. Frankly, heads spinning around the nation, maybe around the world. Supreme Court previously had said that we're out of the business. This comes from the pen of John Roberts. We're out of the business of monitoring and correcting partisan gerrymandering, which means that if you go in and you say, I want the Republicans to win, the Democrats to win, that's okay. Federal courts have no jurisdiction over that. And so what happens in Texas is you've got the legislature that redraws these lines, and people come in appropriately and say that this is done for racial purposes, not political purposes. There's a 3-judge panel that agrees with that, says this is egregious racial gerrymandering. You're disenfranchising principally people of color. Goes up to, again, John, both of you will appreciate this. Remember, your latest entry now in the emergency shadow docket. It happened again yesterday. God. And Supreme Court says in a 1-paragraph order, the lower court, that 3-judge panel, they're wrong. They improperly inserted themselves into an active campaign, causing confusion, upsetting the delicate balance, and basically reinstates, at least for now, those 5 majority Republican districts, and says, we'll wait to see what the lower court does on handling the judgment and all that. On Monday, if you're in Texas, you got to announce your candidacy. So this is so late in the process, but the Supreme Court is basically 6-3 once again, said go ahead and gerrymander politically. And they're finding basically that there's no racial gerrymandering here. And so go ahead and do it. Elena Kagan's 17-page dissent appropriately talking about, the Supreme Court on perusal over the holiday weekend takes a look at a cold paper record. And this is great language, right? She says, we, meaning the Supreme Court, are a higher court than the lower court, but we are not a better one when it comes to making fact-based decisions.
Wow.
She's right about that, right? The trial court resolved all this. Supreme Court basically substituted its own view. Says, no, this is political gerrymandering, not racial gerrymandering. That's okay. Go ahead and do this.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
And part of that decision, I think it said lower federal courts should ordinarily not alter the election rules on the eve of an election. And I guess, the dissenting liberal justices said it's not on the eve of any election.
Right. The way that again, you've got to have some time. There's a concept called Purcell. It's a case that basically says you don't change things right on the eve of an election and cause that kind of confusion.
Right.
And you got to have, maybe there's some primaries out there you got to have during the spring and summer of next year. But again, that's the point of the minority. They lose, but they say basically an election, that's November of 2026. That's 10 months away here. And why not do what the lower court did, which is just to say, you know what? Let's go back then to the way it was before. Let's keep what everybody knows in place. Instead, what the Supreme Court says is, no, let's do the new maps that accomplish, again, probably both a political gerrymander and a racial gerrymander.
That's right. The Voting Rights Act is gone on this decision, essentially.
Right.
Yeah. And the thing is, you're thinking about, how these lower courts are looking so much smarter than the Supreme Court. As the justices had indicated in their dissent, it's just amazing. It truly is, right? I mean, they're making all the right decisions. We've seen this case after case after case.
Right. And, and for all your listeners, they appreciate this. When you say the right decision, we're not talking about the Democratic view decision, the Republican decision.
Exactly.
We're talking about the one, and again, judges on both sides of the political aisle, some of those virulent critics of this president were appointed by Republicans, some of them by this president, talking about the demise of the rule of law. Almost unanimously, John, almost every single one of them is doing just what you said, which is saying, you know what? This is unconstitutional. Can't do it. Stop doing this. Most appeals courts are supporting that, including things like the National Guard in Chicago. That's up on the Supreme Court. All kinds of things. And it gets to the Supreme Court. And as we have talked about on this broadcast before, more than 20 times the Supreme Court says, nope. Let's turn all that back and let the president do what he wants, even though we've got this huge evidentiary record from the lower courts saying can't do it. And not to move the conversation along, but we've got also this decision. I know you want to talk about it. We're now going to entertain birthright citizenship. There too, every single court has said, no, this was resolved in 1839.
Exactly.
It means if you're born here, you're a citizen. Supreme and lower courts say absolutely. What the president wants to do is unconstitutional. Supreme Court today, as you have been articulating so well on this show, has said, no, we'll review that. We'll determine whether or not all that history, 150 years, all those lower courts, district courts, appellate courts, maybe all of them are wrong. Let's take a look at that. And we'll put it on our docket. That was today, right?
Right.
This is
haven't they already just tipped their hand by taking this up completely?
Pretty much.
Absolutely, Gordy. That's the other big point. All they needed to do, if they really don't want to, all they need to do is deny the request for review. Then the lower courts stay in place. The world moves on. We were beyond this crazy notion. But by taking it, I know you just said in the last segment, and I endorse it completely. By taking this on, they're sending the message that we are going to play in this sandbox, and we are probably going to overturn 150 years of tradition. We're going to say the 14th Amendment means something other than what it has meant since the time of its passage in 1869. You know, among other things, the purpose of it was to figure out what we do with now all these people in our nation who used to be slaves. They're here. And the decision was made that if you were born here, even as a slave, you are now a citizen. How wonderful this nation is and was back in 1869 to say that, right? And say you are emancipated and now you're a citizen. That's in our Constitution. Why? Because you were born here. And now, as of today, probably the Supreme Court, again, not turning back all that history, but it's going to say that principle articulated when we were concerned about human beings who used to be enslaved in this country. Now we're going to reverse that concept.
Yeah,
it is just so disappointing.
Stunning. Yeah.
Now, one of the things I got to ask this question because I know when we're talking about gerrymandering, and all these court cases came up to the Supreme Court. For some reason, they decided to kick the can down the road and just forget about it. It's not in their purview. They shouldn't be looking into these things. It's not their job to decide whether something is a political gerrymander or not. Right. How could that possibly have happened? I still can't get over how dumb that is. These guys, the thing is, we're losing representation in our states. Right. If we don't have a vote, we lose representation, and they're allowing it. Isn't it their job, their business, to make sure that doesn't happen to people in this country?
And when that decision was rendered a few years back and said we're no longer in the business of policing political gerrymandering, there was an outcry of exactly the kind you're making right now, John. What? And this is a Supreme Court that will take on anything, right? All these issues that should be across the street in the legislature, we'll hear about education issues. We'll hear environmental issues. We'll hear commerce issues. We'll hear tariff issues, anything you want. But when it comes to political gerrymandering, that's the kind of thing that the federal courts are somehow not attuned to take on. That's what they said. And now how are these cases being argued? Yeah. The question is whether or not what you have done, how you describe it. Political gerrymandering in Texas, that's okay. But if you're doing it for racial purposes, that's not. And so what the real argument is, what is the motivation to draw those lines as they have? You've got this letter from the Department of Justice basically saying, we've got to disenfranchise people of color there in Texas. That's what the lower court looked at and said, my gosh, that is discrimination at its highest level. Supreme Court says, the folks, Texas, the legislature, likely to succeed on the merits, and lower court wrongly blocking the new maps.
Outrageous. Well, on the eve of an election, I mean, it's not on the eve of an election. I'm going to stick to that argument.
Yeah. We're talking with former U.S. Attorney Jim Santel, and
there's another part to this.
Okay.
In Virginia, the Dem Senate president hinted at change, potentially 10-1 map for their redistricting. Virginia's current map holds 6 Democrats and 5 Republicans. Now the Democrats there might just gerrymander to the point of 10-1.
Right.
I mean, this is just getting worse and worse.
Does that strike any of us as any more or less appropriate? With due respect to California, I mean, we're now playing in this sandbox again, to use the analogy again. Right. Forgive me, we're all behaving badly, right? and again, the Supreme Court created this problem as we're talking. California, plainly, recently with the referendum there, they're going in that same direction as Virginia is. You've got Missouri, Indiana, and if, as we've talked before, if sometime soon the Supreme Court comes out and says, you know what, the Voting Rights Act no longer applies, and so we're no longer going to be talking about racial gerrymandering, no gerrymandering review at all. Hold on, in early 2020, if they do that soon, then you've got a free reign, and you no longer have to decide what kind of gerrymandering is. You just go ahead and do it, and the courts do nothing. That could be the specter in early 2026. And we're all up for grabs across the country in the middle, frankly, beyond the middle of the century following the census.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And I want to, we're going to take a break here pretty soon, but I want to talk about what the Democrats could have done at a time when we were kicking this ball around a little bit. Should we expand the court?
Right.
Should we put term limits in? We were thinking of ways to help this situation along because it's in dire need of change in some way, shape, or form. I want to talk about that in the upcoming segment that we have. Plus, by the way, this is my point of view on this. I think Roe v. Wade should have been determined based on religion and not privacy. Why wasn't it ever done that way?
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
Get all that and more. And if you want to chime in, you can give us a call, 855-752-4842. Back with Jim Santel on John and Gordy in the afternoon in just a few moments.
Not just headlines, insight, not just noise, conversation. 92.7 WMDX is your home for real news and great conversation in Madison.
Hey, hon, have you been to Sugar River Pizza in Sun Prairie yet?
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I know. I love the pizza.
Pizza is ridiculous. That crust.
Right, and they have
48 beers on tap and a great selection of wines.
And the atmosphere.
Not only is the restaurant gorgeous,
that room with the giant
windows that open, and they won a Best of Madison Gold Award this year.
I love Sugar River
Pizza on Cabela Drive in Sun Prairie.
You took the words right out of my
mouth.
Yep. SugarRiverPizza.com.
Oh, so you have heard of it.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again, quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Herbal Aspect has landed. That's right, Madison's go-to cannabis destination now has a brand new location in Sun Prairie.
Wait, 4 locations? That's a high level of convenience.
With 3 Madison locations and now Sun Prairie, a great cannabis experience is always close by. Our expert staff is here to help, whether you walk in, call, or order online. Mention Radio 420 and get a special discount. So stop by Herbal Aspect in Sun Prairie because great cannabis isn't just a pipe dream.
Nice. I'm rolling over now.
Herbal Aspect.
Hey, Gordy, I got to admit, these hearing aids from Madison Hearing Aid Center changed my life.
Mine too, John. I thought I needed subtitles to talk to my grandkids.
And these aren't those old giant clunkers we saw in the old days. It's got Bluetooth, it's rechargeable, the works.
Yeah, my phone connects straight to my ears. I'm basically a cyborg now.
Hey, you just figured out texting last year, too.
Yeah, baby steps. But I did call Madison Hearing Aid Center, and you should too. 608-249-4077.
608-249-4077. Tell them John and Gordy sent you.
Looking to strengthen the bond with your pup? Dane County Humane Society offers a variety of dog training classes led by certified trainers. Classes are designed to help you and your furry friend learn new skills, improve behavior, and deepen your connection. Whether your dog is a curious puppy, an independent teenager, or a lifelong learner, DCHS has the tools and expertise to help you set the stage for a successful year ahead. Visit giveshelter.org/dog training to register today.
The holidays are here, and it's time to pick a present from Civic Media's grown-up gift list with this local station. Listen while you work for the keywords to text for your chance to win $200 cash and be entered to win one of our grand prizes, a snowblower, stainless steel cookware set, or a portable air conditioner. Just download the free Civic app and listen weekdays at 7, 9, 11, 1, 3, 5.
Afternoons with John and Gordy.
We're back with Jim Santel, attorney, and we've got a caller here. Susan is on the line from McFarland. Good afternoon, Susan. Go ahead with your comments.
Hi, good afternoon. Always good to hear your voices. And Jim, I love your show. The question I have is, recently, Utah the Supreme Court in Utah said that they had to keep more balanced maps. And then also, how does this relate to Wisconsin when we now have more fair maps? Is this going to cause a huge setback for all the states that have decided to go with more fair maps?
Right. Susan, great question. What is the impact of all of these things across the board? The good news, and we always try to insert some good news, right, Susan, in all of our conversations, is that each state can make its own decisions. Historically, what have we done? We've had the census, and every year ending in a zero. And then in the year after or so, the legislature, the governor will come together. Here in Wisconsin, they didn't get along. And so eventually we came to the fair maps that you're describing right now. And Susan, I think your question is prompted by the concern about what happens now. We assume that once you're done with that at the beginning of a decade, that's where things are going to stay until the end of the next decade. And there becomes kind of fundamental fairness about predictability. What you've got going on now, starting with Texas, and then you've got Utah, again, as you say, saying, we need to be thoughtful about this. Other places saying, we don't want to disrupt everything. But there's nothing in the Constitution that says you cannot revisit this, frankly, every year if you want to. And so now our precedent is we'll do it once in, say, 2021, 2031, and maybe then we'll do it again in 2035 and 2026, and we'll do it just as often as we want. And every state has the prerogative to do it over if the legislature says, yeah, let's go ahead. If tomorrow the Wisconsin legislature and the governor come together and say, yeah, those fair maps we just put in place, let's revisit those again, we can do it. Does that make good governing sense, Susan? I think that's where your question goes. The answer is absolutely not. Some finality of these things is a good thing. And right now it is once again up for grabs.
All right, Susan, thanks for the call and a great question.
Let's go to Cindy in Appleton. Go ahead, Cindy. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know what topic you're on, but I'm going to change it a little bit. Because I heard from a very reliable source today that supposedly $1 billion surplus we had in Wisconsin is pretty much been dwindled away, and the Republicans are kind of keeping that really quiet. So around election time, they can start blaming the Democrats for it.
Ah, okay.
Really?
Well, we'll keep an eye on
that's something nobody's talked about. So I'm hoping somebody will look into that.
I will.
Because it makes me kind of nervous.
Yeah, I will look into that, Cindy. I appreciate your tip on that.
Yeah, okay? Cindy, you should, frankly, that kind of tip, I had not heard that either. That's the kind of thing everybody should be concerned about. This is the reason why you've got representatives in Madison. Call your assembly person, call your senator and say, hey, I need a phone call from your staff person. I just heard this. What's going on? Tell me what the facts are, right? You can do that. Again, it's almost 5 o'clock. Well, unfortunately, our legislature is not often in session anyway, but call them and ask them what's going on. That's representative government. Call them, Cindy, and ask them. Give you information about it. Really important to do.
Very good. Cindy?
Good tip there.
Thank you
let's
for that
move
call.
on to Jack now in Merrimack.
Yeah, we got a couple of minutes here. Jack, go ahead.
Well, as quickly as possible. I've been saying since Biden got elected that he should have used every bit of his political capital necessary. And if that was everything, he should have done it to make sure that two things got through Congress. Thing one, addition of 4 additional seats on the Supreme Court. And thing two, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. With and there are good reasons, by the way, not just political ones, for adding 4 seats to that Supreme Court. Jim, I'm sure you're just as familiar with that as I am, if not more so.
Right. And Jack, you hit it right on the head. Jack, I suspect you're talking. Remember the president, even during the campaign previously, solicited, got this report. There was a unanimous approval of a report that basically made no recommendations. In the wake of that, Jack, to your, I think it's frustration with a small f, President of the United States of America, Joe Biden said, you know what? I'm not inclined to do that. to increase the number of members on the Supreme Court. He was concerned about playing political football. Well, all right, that's a decision you make, but there's nothing illegal about that. And as we've said before, under the Constitution, there's no number. You can do that legislatively. You could do the 4 number, Jack, that you're talking about, make that happen, get that accomplished. And then I couldn't endorse it more. If you had done the Voting Rights Act, the John Lewis fixes, if you will, to those cases, you could remedy exactly the problems we're having right now.
Yeah.
Legislature needs to act and do these things. And when we don't act, just sitting around, bad things happen, right? Complacency is a bad thing. Couldn't agree more, Jack.
Yep. Inaction by the Democrats, again, just kind of bothers the heck out of me. I mean, we should have done something a long time ago. I hope we're learning our lesson here, but apparently, we could be arguing for universal health care, but they haven't done that even. So I'm never quite sure where the Democrats are going with any of this. Jim, you've got to answer my question eventually on the fact that Roe v. Wade should have been determined upon religion, because that's the argument that the opposition is using.
Right. It's the successful one, right? Unless apparently you're a Rastafarian, there apparently you don't concern your religion, but everything else, you raise the issue of my faith, and I'm not in any way denigrating the exercise of religion, and it wins, especially before this Supreme Court. John Roberts loves that and says if you're discriminating in any way against religion, that can't be done. And therefore you win. So I agree with you. That's the new strategy, my friend.
There you go.
Jim, we got to leave it there.
Boy, Jim, I feel better now.
Okay. All right. Jim, have a good weekend.
Thanks for making it today on the show. We really appreciate it.
Always good to be here.
You can listen to Jim with Amicus, a law review, tomorrow morning, Saturdays, 9 to 11 a.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network. That's it for us.
I'm going to get some rest.
Yeah, me too. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday on the Civic Media Radio Network. Oh, boy.
All right, Jim, that was